You're listening to Opus de Requiem, a 7th Sea actual play by Hallowed Haven Studios.
Hi, I'm Bookkeeper, and I'll be playing the Reverend Dr. Alexander Hutcheson, the Avalon Scholar.
I'm Clara Allison, and I'm playing Lucia Di Felici, the Vodace Straga.
Hi, I'm Glamour. I'm playing Viviana Lucani, the Vodace courtesan and daughter of Sophia.
Hi, I'm Overthinker. I'm playing Alonso Hernandez, the Castellan swordsman on a quest.
Hello, my name is Typhoon, and I will be playing Heinrich von Groth, the Isen war veteran.
And I'm Bloodied Porcelain. I'll be your storyteller for the evening.
Spanish guitar. Heinrich's party is behind us, and thank Theos. My behavior towards Nicola was hurtful, and I should not have let her on as I did. Or I should not have turned my eyes elsewhere once I had. I made my apologies to Herr von Groth on the dueling ground, and found his calm admonishments unsatisfying. The training sword to the ribs that followed felt more fitting. Lucia and Viviana also discussed my rudeness, and upon joining us at Heinrich's home, consoled Nicola by engaging in slut-shaming against Sylvie to make her feel better. The rest of the day was set to discuss strategy. Roland Cuivas joined us as Alexander led a discussion of how we would abduct Her Majesty, how we would leave Charus, and who should leave when and how to minimize suspicion among our circle of friends. It was decided that Roel would make 2 trips. The first to move Heinrich's family as soon as possible. The second with the Imperatrix and us. With our plans laid firmly, we dispersed to begin preparations. Viviana and I shared a much-needed honesty in the training grounds, the exchange of truths on trust and its breaking. We are aligned to the mission, and whatever follows, we will see this done. Finally, in privacy and through means I know not, it was discussed that the princess, the youngest daughter of the Imperatrix, seeks to steal the sorcerer's power of one for another. Whether this is for herself or for her child, we cannot yet
know. You have several days leading up to the ball. The ball is going to be held at Chateau du Soleil, which is the Emperor's big, extravagant new palace. You can assume, because the Emperor is hosting it, that everybody who is anybody is going to be there. It is going to be very, very busy. There are going to be a lot of eyes in every room, and the possibility that getting attention can be both a boon and a hindrance, depending on how it goes. This is going to be the height of elegance. Everybody is going to be in the latest fashion, so on and so forth. Heinrich, you are easily able to confirm that your future in-laws will be there. Obviously. I am assuming during the time prior to the ball, somebody's going to get together with the Grande Dame and let her know that you figured out where her son is?
We did kind of forget about that, didn't we?
We said we weren't going to do it.
You don't have to. And it's not something we have to play out. I'm just wondering if anybody is actually going to do it. That was my question.
Yeah, we can send her a letter.
Theoretically, Henri is supposed to send her a letter, but we can also send a letter.
Yes, we can send
Alexander is also welcome to be the one to go in person if that's what he would like to do.
I am happy to send her a letter, and then she can come ask me about it if she wants.
Okay.
You still have a blessing with her.
Is anybody going to do anything in the lead up? Are there shopping trips that are going to be made? Is there any particular arrangements that you are undertaking? I know that Heinrich is having most of his house packed up and the bulk of his servants sent away.
While Heinrich during the phase where Heinrich's house is being packed up, Viviana will take her things, including Sposa, over to the von Groth estate in the city to also be packed up and sent ahead.
Okay.
And she will inform the wonderful woman who owns this estate in the first place and has allowed her to stay here that she is going to be departing soon.
Okay.
And I will do the stupid thing, and I will attempt to make a glass water bomb without the ingredient.
Before we do that, you are reminded, gently but reminded, you never stayed there. You do not know her, and she does not know you. And your friend should also remember those things.
Yes, Viviana will definitely inform Lucia. Lucia, if it ever comes up, if Madeleine de Châtelain's name ever comes up, you never heard it. You do not know her.
Already forgotten.
All right, should I do the thing now?
What is your target? What's the target number for that particular potion?
Oh, it's normally 30. Right now it's 40.
All right, cool. That's a 30.
Okay, I'm gonna.
You have drama dice, don't you, bitch?
Yeah, I got 10. I got
barely.
5. I got 5, not 10.
37.
And one more.
All right,
that makes it.
That is a 44 in total. So you meet your target number. You have one of those. What does that do?
Let me read it out. The bulb makes the user's flesh rearrange itself according to his desires, allowing him to reshape it in order to disguise himself. It can, for its duration, lessen or negate the effects of the appearance or unnerving countenance advantages, but cannot bestow either of them on someone who does not have them. Neither can it grant the large or small advantages. The clothing and equipment of the user are not changed.
Alonso, is there anything in particular you would like to accomplish with your downtime?
I think Alonso's gonna spend a little bit of time just checking in with the guys he met when he got here, and hey, good luck. I think I'm leaving town.
Most of them are shocked when you show up. They all kind of assumed you'd left already because they hadn't seen you in a while.
No, running around, doing stuff, getting into a fair amount of trouble. The usual.
That seems like you.
Yeah.
Well, we are back to work tomorrow, so we hope you have safe travels.
And you as well. Safety and taps the side of his nose. Privacy.
They buy you a couple of rounds before you leave.
Cool. I'll make sure everything that materially, the disguises that we needed, I'd like to get those. I'll also drop, if possible, a little extra of Lucia's coin to ensure a couple of concealed pockets in said made outfits.
What outfits?
3 maid or servant disguises for us to change into in the palace. 1 for me, 1 for Viviana, and 1 for Lucia.
Okay, I didn't think Viviana was going in disguised as a servant.
I did not think so either.
This was part of the plan. Once we get in and, fake headache our way out of the party itself, if we want to move around, we'll have these concealed inside other garments.
Okay.
So it's the backup plan. All right, cool.
Yes. The backup plan includes pockets for gadgets and or weapons.
That should be easily enough done, so long as it's not obvious that that's what you intend to use them for.
Cool.
At one point, Viviana, Quiva reaches out to let you know that she is ready to be there. She has come up with a convenient excuse to not attend the ball, which she had previously been invited to, so that she can act as y'all's carriage driver.
Viviana will, so that she isn't springing this like randomly, she will let the others know that this is a thing that she has and intends to use.
That may be something we have to play out, because I feel like there are going to be questions.
Oh, definitely.
But before we do that scene, Alexander.
Alexander, in addition to dispatching the parcel he wrote that I put in my journal, he will add his book collection and his violin to the household goods being shipped. Would it be possible, before traveling and or making some purchases for this final party, to draw my salary for the month?
Sure.
Okay. Then yeah, he's gonna go shopping to spruce up his wardrobe before heading to this party, and that's probably it.
Would you like to enlighten our audience what exactly the parcel is?
The parcel is given to Johannes, my contact with the Invisible College, and it's a sermon to be delivered back to Avalon with a little note saying, "Please read this in the event that you hear I have expired."
Noted. Okay. Heinrich.
Well, first arranging for teamsters and workmen to go and pack up the house. He has to probably have a difficult conversation with Nicola where he tells her she doesn't get to go to the Emperor's Ball.
Yeah, she's upset.
In that you're going back to Ison tomorrow. Do that before the workmen show up and start packing up all her stuff. Before Alexander goes out on a shopping trip, him being the doctor, he's going to ask him to arrange for an appropriately safe sleeping draught that he can give to the 2 children and the dog. That will allow them to go nighty-night when they're going through the bloody portal. And then also in the interest of safety, once the schedule is picked for the family leaving, he would invite everyone to move into the spare rooms in his house, so nobody gets killed walking back and forth to their place of lodging.
Okay. Nicola is less than pleased at being told that you are leaving, especially before the ball. She had been promised a kind of proper introduction to Montaigne society, and so far she's gotten to attend one fucking party. Worse, she doesn't outright say it, but in the days leading up to when she and her sister are due to leave, you get the feeling that she is sweet on somebody. You know for a fact that nothing untoward has happened because the maid is like never away from her at this point. But like she has a gentleman caller at least once at the house, who comes by with flowers, and they sit and talk quietly for a while with the maid there to chaperone, and then he leaves.
Heinrich resists giving too disapproving of a glare and tells her you can send letters with to your friend from our estate.
You know that his name is Sebastian Valrou de Martis. So, whose name you are very familiar with as a swordsman.
I certainly won't forget it.
Well, he comes from a good family. Assuming he's not a complete asshole, Heinrich would not object overly much.
He's a little flashy, but he doesn't come off as an asshole. He comes off as very, very mundane in that he has a lot of style. He's impeccably well dressed, and has a lot of I don't know, charm and he's a little bit gregarious and very witty.
Keeping with our theme, we'll call it flair.
Yeah, and given that he is a master of the power of sword style, him having a lot of flair and and being very flashy is very fitting. When you assure her that she is allowed to write, she still seems very put out, but less so. It's also worth noting that you would notice this. If only because you are keeping an extra close eye on Alonso and her after the debacle at the party. She doesn't even look at Alonso when they're in the same room. She is cold shouldering him so hard.
He is also, I think, shamefully avoiding her. Or ashamedly.
I would kind of assume that they would never be in the same room.
I mean, they, at breakfasts and when supper is served and things like that, they're clearly in the same room. But as far as you could tell, for Nicola, that bridge has been burned because she doesn't even acknowledge he's alive.
And just to clarify one point in the plan, I'm going to be riding out of Charus, right? I'm not supposed to be going in the portal with everyone else.
Correct. That is the current plan.
Okay. In that case, he keeps his horse and doesn't send that along.
I'd also love to ride if that's at all possible, but I think we said no.
If I recall correctly,
my understanding was that Heinrich would be in the carriage and Raoul would come back for him on a second trip.
We have been, my recollection of that is Raoul said, that would be really, really, really hard. Please don't.
He said he could do it. It wouldn't be fun, but he could do it at a push. Especially if he is taking the Imperatrix out. Like, there's got to be two trips. There's really no way to avoid that.
Yeah, he could take the whole party except we have the Empress, so she has to take a spot. So yeah, if he's willing to do it, then
he's the one who stays behind until Raoul can come back.
Yeah, that's probably sounds better. Otherwise, I'm looking at, weeks of travel to catch up with the rest of the group.
Right, weeks of travel and much more likely to be captured. So Raoul, during the downtime, gives you a very simple signet ring. You could wear it if you wanted to. That's part of why he picked a man's signet ring. Or you could just pocket it if you needed to.
Yeah. Heinrich puts it on his pinky finger because that's probably the only finger it'll fit on.
And he's very, very careful and clear to tell you, this is the blooded item. I will need to come back to you. Do not lose it.
I will not.
Okay. Lucia.
Sigh less when you ask me.
I know that you have complicated things planned. That's why I saved you for last.
The first thing is acquiring a dress. I guess I could just wear the same thing I wore last time, but that's not fun. So, new black dress needs to be commissioned in the next 4 days, or however long we have. And then Lucia's going to go beg Faith Darant of the Knights of the Rose and Cross to send a letter for her.
Okay. When you make it clear who the letter is for, she will agree to take it. Or she will agree to send it along.
I will thank her profusely. And then a second letter is written. It deviates slightly from the first and is going to be left at Heinrich's house.
Okay. I'm going to have you read the letter. The one for Henri.
My beloved Henri, I hope you forgive the clumsiness of my hand. For all my dexterity with the mandolin, I have not fully mastered fine penmanship. And though we have spent many years with letters as our only connection, I chafe at the thought that we must remain on the page a bit longer. I love you. I have loved you for so long, I do not remember what it is like to live in a world without the thought of you, and it breaks my heart to try. I have loved you so fiercely, I worry mortals were not made to feel this way so much or for so long, and I have done irrevocable damage to my mind and heart. Perhaps I have, and now it is the madness you have inflicted upon me that tells me I would not live any other way. I am leaving Charuz. In my madness for you, I've been reckless and endangered far too many people who have merely committed the sin of helping a fool in love. I cannot say where I will be next for fear of risking more innocent lives, but I promise I will find you. Our love is a tale that is not yet finished, and will not until we have declared it so. Yours forever in devotion and longing, Lucia. And it is accompanied by her little sunflower drawing, which is how she used to sign her letters.
Excellent. And the other letter.
The second letter follows the same first two paragraphs. I could not live any other way. And then goes on to say, I am leaving Charuz in 2 weeks' time. In my madness for you, I've been reckless and endangered far too many people who have committed the sin of helping a fool in love. I will reach out to you when we land in Vestin, which has been crossed out. I will send for you when we have arrived at our next location, far away from the grasp of the Villanovas or anyone else who would stand between us. I am confident our love will triumph over all. Your Rose, Lucia.
Excellent. Okay. Anything else?
That should be it. Lucia doesn't have a ton of things, so she owns more dresses than she expected. And will pack up most everything, sending her spiders and her mandolin ahead of her.
Heinrich, I'm going to assume that your horse is among the things that get sent on ahead of you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I paid 750 guilders for that thing. It's not getting left behind.
Yeah, and you did. Raoul makes it very clear that there's nothing he can do to take a horse through a portal, and he would not even try. Alrighty. Let's see. The day of. Oh, no, wait. There was a scene that had to be played out. Viviana has to tell people about the fact that she just has this thing that can change what people look like.
So, not during breakfast, but as breakfast is wrapping up, Viviana will say to the group, I have something I must share with you all. Something that I believe will ease our burden a tad.
More help is good.
Good news is always welcome. What do you have?
And as breakfast ends and they all, I assume, go into Heinrich's study, Viviana will pull out from her pocket 2 vials that look as though they simply contain... One of them looks as though it is nothing but clear water. And she holds that up and she says, my contacts have, gotten into contact with me again and delivered something for our endeavors. This will allow will allow someone to change their appearance.
How so?
Their features will rearrange themselves. It could potentially make somebody look very nondescript.
One day you're going to have to tell us more about these contacts of yours.
Perhaps. And this, she holds up the other vial, which looks relatively clear, but seems to have some particles within it, just drifting about. And she says, and this will put someone to sleep, if they inhale it.
So your friends are alchemists of some kind?
Yes, there are some alchemists in our network.
Alexander, for his part, looks almost singularly unsurprised.
Yes, so my question was, in terms of this, and she holds up the clear vial again, and changing someone's appearance, would we want to perhaps give this to the Imperatrice?
I think that would be a good idea.
Certainly sounds useful if someone looks beneath the veil.
Yes,
Agreed.
that is what I was thinking. As
Agreed.
for the other one, if we are seen by anyone, well, I will attempt to get them to inhale it. It should knock them out fairly immediately. And there will be no harm done.
Preferable to a blade, though no less suspicious if a body is found.
Let us try not to leave bodies behind, but in the event that it is unavoidable, better than a blade.
A well-placed goblet that used to have wine in it might be enough.
Indeed.
Montaigne smell their wine. This could be very helpful. Game Master.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of scientific knowledge with Alonso, but is there anything I could roll to know, like, is this magic or is this just cool science?
I'm going to say that there is no way for you to know, so I'm not going to have you roll.
Fair enough. Should have taken the Montaigne.
Alonso, though, is educated enough to know that, sufficiently advanced science frequently looks like magic.
Yeah. I think he also knows that at this point, it doesn't matter. We're doing this.
Yeah, you are kind of in this. It would be difficult to back out now just because you've got moral quabbles.
Mm-hmm. On we go.
Well, that is all the news I had. Back to preparations.
Okay. The day of, a rather large carriage arrives to pick up the people, to pick everybody up. You almost don't recognize the person who is sitting in the driver's seat. It takes a moment of kind of studying their features to realize that you are looking at Quiva. Quiva has donned a man's outfit, but she has gone so far as to it's very obvious that she's bound her breasts, and she's taken makeup to her face to make herself look a little bit more boyish and masculine, which is, it kind of comes out looking like a very pretty young man. because as a reminder, Quiva is just as pretty as Viviana, but in a very different way. All of her hair has been pulled up and tucked inside of a hat. And the clothes that she is wearing are the kind of like dark, unobtrusive but well-made clothes that you would expect like a footman or a driver for a well-to-do family to wear. There's just no insignia on them, which you would normally expect from like somebody who is devoted to a specific family.
For the first time since meeting her, Alonso looks twice.
She's the one in the driver's seat. She hops down, opens the door like she's going through all of the motions that you would expect. So even going so far as to like hold out a hand so that when the girls like climb up inside, they have a hand to hold on to. And if nobody says anything, she will continue on with her particular duties.
Alexander will thank her quietly in Kimry when he climbs up.
She gives a little nod and answers, "You're welcome."
Viviana will just say, "Very handsome," as she, under her breath, as she is helped up into the carriage.
But you know, my people can't help it. And she'll chuckle and shut the door behind you.
And Heinrich's gonna, throw his go bag into the carriage, as well as he brings out a rather heavy-looking chest that has his armor in it, and he will load that into the carriage as well.
Okay, are you going to be able to carry the chest and your bag in the portal? Is that the plan?
Well, if time is permitting, I would put the armor on and walk through it. If not, the bag, it's a backpack, so.
Right. I'm just trying to make sure that you're going to be able to move relatively swiftly with the chest. Yeah. Okay. You all load up into the carriage. You're all going dressed for the party, right? The servants' clothes are like your backup plan.
Yes.
Indeed. I did have a question. The very first party we went to, you let us make a fashion roll to see what sort of impression we could make.
I did. Yeah, I guess we could do that. Everybody can make a panache and fashion roll, please. Oh, I do have a question, Lucia.
Yes.
Are you wearing the same veil?
I did not say I've commissioned another one, did I?
You did not. I'm giving you the chance to say yes or no.
Yeah, let's make a second veil.
Okay. It is not going to be as fancy as your other one. There is not that kind of time. Even your dress is not going to be as fancy as the other one.
I'm fine with that.
All right. We have a 20 from Heinrich, 24 from Viviana, 24 from Alonso, a 24 from Lucia. What is up with all the 24s? And because he has to be different, 23 from Bookkeeper. Or from Alexander. Does anybody want to use drama dice? More than one of you is literally 1 point away from the next tier on how well you do, how well you're doing. So
yes,
I can't afford it.
$26.
Okay.
25.
So we have a 20, 2 25s, a 20, and a 20. Okay. 3 20s and 2 25s. Cool. All right. You are all aware that you are dressed well enough that you won't make negative impressions Alonso and Viviana are going to stand out more than the rest of you. You don't know, based purely on how they're dressed, they will stand out a little bit more than the rest of you will. You all arrive. It is quite a procession of carriages. It takes a while to get to the chateau. You get the feeling, not because it's a hugely long trip, but because there are so many fucking carriages all coming from the part of the city that you're coming from. And so you guys just are forced to fall in line. After what seems like an interminably long period of time, the door opens, and a footman that you assume is like part of the palace staff comes to the door and opens it and begins to help the ladies out, leaving the men to let themselves out because they're men. And you guys are right up in front of the most grand and opulent building most of you have ever seen. The only building I imagine any of you have ever seen before, I think only one of you would have ever seen. But it's grand in a very different way, and that's Alexander. Assuming that you have seen Elaine's castle.
I have, yes.
Elaine's castle was the kind of building that takes your breath away. And it's just sort of a marvel. And it's obviously made by magic because nothing like this could ever exist otherwise. This is obviously something built by man, but is still so extravagant and meticulous that it almost has a very similar effect. Like, it takes your breath away for a very different reason. Elaine's was, I'm standing in front of what is obviously magic. This is, I am standing in front of some of the best like artistry I've ever seen.
Never before have I seen so much wealth concentrated over such a small area. Boggles the mind, does it not?
In some ways, it is very mundane.
Very mundane. Before we head in, Alonso just wants to, I guess, glance up, look at the decorations, look at the guards. Like, if I had to sneak out of here in the dark, where would be blind spots, that kind of thing.
I mean, you're at the door, and there are people everywhere, so you're not going to see a whole lot of blind spots here, but you may have a better hope of making something like that out once you're inside.
Fair enough, but no, obvious shooters on the roof kind of thing.
Oh no, there are guards, everywhere.
Okay.
This is the Emperor's palace. There is no lack of guards. You see lightning guard and musketeers alike.
Okay, and we have streamers, banners, any hanging decor?
Yeah, there's banners and tapestries, that sort of thing. Not a ton, but they are there. Most of them have a fleur-de-lis or a golden sunburst on them.
Cool. I will note their positions in case it comes up.
Looking for a place to make a dramatic climbing check.
Would I ever jump off the top of a building and slide down it with my sword?
Yes, absolutely you would. Okay. You are led inside. This place is packed. There are courtiers. There are servants. There are guards lining the walls. The floors are this kind of very ornate and meticulously laid wood floors. There is gold everywhere. You walk by rooms with their doors open so that you can see inside of them, and like some rooms have like kind of really vivid red walls accented with gold. The hall that takes you into the grand ballroom has this beautiful kind of inlaid marble. The ceiling above you is kind of domed and has been hand painted with various pictures and whatnot. And there are these kind of immaculate glass and crystal chandeliers all over the place that like send cascading light everywhere. And there's art on like every wall. If it's not like a tapestry or a banner, there is usually art there. And you pass by a magnificently well done statue as you walk through the main hall into the grand ballroom, that you assume is of or sculpture that you assume is of the emperor. It's in that kind of clean white stone. It's meticulously well done, and it's done in a fashion that I would say Lucia, Viviana, and probably Alexander are all aware is a very Vodachan fashion. And is done with the kind of skill that you assume it came from one of the Vodachan greats.
Like home, in so many ways.
As you pass into the ballroom, as I said, there are people all over the place. There are servants. From what you can tell, neither the Emperor or the Imperatrix have arrived yet, and you do not see Dominique either.
Is now a good time for me to describe how Viviana looks?
Absolutely.
Viviana, for the second time in the weeks since she has arrived in Montaigne, absolutely steps out of the carriage and into the ballroom looking like she has stepped out of a painting. Her hair is once again done up with pinned in place with pearl accented pins. There is a feather in her hair, a white one. The dress she's wearing is this lovely pale shade of blue that has pale gold accents strewn throughout it. It has ruffles. It looks like it is very Montaigne in that it almost looks like it should be too much, but it's just enough to emphasize like her eyes and the rich color of her skin and to bring out even more of the natural beauty that she possesses.
Lovely. Lucia, would you like to describe your new dress?
Sure. Lucia's, like we pointed out, Lucia's new Striga gown is not as fine as the one she wore first, but it's still lovely dark, it's still lovely black velvet, and it's done in the black silk, and it's done in the more Rococo style that Montaigne seems to favor. As much as she had kind of asked for the dress to be fairly plain, Montaigne will Montaigne. So it has lace around the square neckline and sleeves and forepart that is silver, and down the stomacher are just big black bows.
Okay.
Can we all do a fit check?
If anybody else would like to describe their outfit, they are welcome to.
I did have a thought. I think Alonso is playing into the way he feels and kind of the way the position he has been. He has just enough mustache that he has twirled it, has pointed his goatee a little bit, black on black on black. He is here, rocking a villain look.
Okay.
And Heinrich is wearing something that's, I would say, is mostly Eisen fashion. Basically, kind of the period equivalent of a black suit. Like mostly black and gray with silver embroidery, and a pair of high black boots. Polished up till they're basically like a mirror.
All right.
Alexander, being an old man, wears largely the same thing he did to the last party. He has added a waistcoat in the tartan pattern of Clan MacLeod, and he is wearing on his coat. He has affixed the insignia of the Royal Association of Scientific Minds of Avalon, of which he is a member.
Love that. You are announced. For the most part, none of the names that get called out draw a lot of attention, save for Alexander's. Rocking that fame bonus. And it gets kind of curious looks. People aren't necessarily here to see Alexander, but they're all like, "Oh, hey, we heard there was a rumor that he was in town. Cool, maybe we'll get to talk to him," kind of thing. There is obvious curiosity. That being said, do any of you have any plans, any things that you wish to do while you are here? And waiting for the Imperatrix to show up.
Two things. I presume we have to give the herald or whatnot a list of people to announce us, because obviously he doesn't know our names.
Your names were on the invitations, which I assume you turn over, but yes.
Well, because there's one person here who Lucia in disguise will not be introduced as Lucia.
Right. No, obviously. I'm assuming that both of the girls are using their cover identities. Unless
we need a new cover name for Lucia.
Why?
Because everybody knows that's your cover. You blew it your first day here.
That's fair.
Fuck, you're right.
Well, if she is veiled and in a strega dress, she's as I understand it, appearing as my mystery strega girlfriend.
Yes.
And we never gave a name.
And we're not gonna.
There we go.
How do you intend to get past everything if you're not going to provide a name so that she can be introduced?
I will totally provide a name. She is Signorina Mysteria.
I'll allow it, but only because they're really busy, and you have fame in your favor. Because normally that would not fly. These people are not stupid. Most of them speak at least some Vodachan.
Yeah,
I picture the guy reading it without out loud, without realizing what it means, and then realizing what he said after he announced her.
Chalk it up to Avalonian eccentricity.
All right. The names are called out as you all enter. Is there anything any of you would like to do once you're in the room and you're waiting for the Imperatrix to show up?
Do celebrity things, make small talk, deflect any conversation that deflect all the people who are going to try and ask Lucia who the hell she is.
If I see anyone I know, I'll give them a quick hello and ask them if they've seen Lucia. She's around here somewhere and I've lost her.
Okay. I would like Alexander to roll me. Let's go. Wits and oratory.
Sure.
I'm not having you do panache because this is you having to think quickly and adapt. Alonso.
Do I get my pretty die?
Yes, you get your pretty die.
Yay.
Go ahead.
Well, and once you give Alonso, I need a target number.
Oh, let's make it a 25 for the base check. Raises will let you carry it off with particular aplomb.
Then I will take 2 raises and go for a 35.
Okay. So that's a 30.
I will spend a drama die. There we go. 37.
All right. That meets your 35 target. Cool. Alonso. Panache and oratory, please. Target number 20? Because you wanna make it clear you want people to remember but not to take particular notice.
Yes. I would like to take a raise. Go for 25.
Okay. Oh, so close with a 24.
And 1 drama. Boop.
All
There we
right.
go.
You are all able to appropriately begin to seed the right amount of misdirection on Alonso's part, and make sure that Lucia is seen without being terribly, without being interacted very much.
Viviana is going to be her usual charming self when she is in social situations, and she is going to interact with the people around her. She is perhaps going to attempt to work her way into a conversation and pick a conversation of other courtiers and see if she can share and pick up any threads of gossip, while also continuing to seed the rumor that Lucia is here. She is around here somewhere. Giulietta La Traviata is here, I should say.
Okay. Let's go panache and sincerity.
Panache and sincerity. Do I get my pretty dice?
You do get your pretty dice. We're gonna call this a target 20, same as Alonso.
I will take a raise.
For a 55, you should have taken more raises, girl.
I should have.
Wow. That's like when you're playing World of Darkness and you roll like 4 4s or 4 10s and you have a specialty.
Damn.
All right. You are able to easily maneuver through the crowds, mingle, drop the appropriate number of hints that your friend Julieta is around here somewhere, asking people if you've seen her, but not putting up a big search, not drawing too much attention. It's kind of a, oh, I thought I saw her. I'll keep an eye out. Thank you anyway, you know.
And Heinrich, while this is going on, is going to nurse a glass of wine, and he's going to kind of survey the room and the location of the party and plan out his plan of attack if he needs to fight his way out of the room.
Of course. Let's roll wits and tactics.
Okay.
Target number 20 for a very basic cursory read. Raises will get you more information.
Yeah, not taking a raise because my wits is not that high. Nope.
That's a 14. Would you like to spend some of the million drama dice you have?
No, I'm saving them for something more important.
Okay. Let's hope something more important comes up. I'm gonna feel bad if we end the season and you've got a pile of drama dice that you never used.
I'm sure I'll find something to spend them on. I'm not worried.
All right. Let's see. Lucia.
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you for a roll, my dear.
Sure.
Find your sheet.
Lucia's just out here pretending she doesn't speak Montaigne, so she can avoid talking to as many people as possible.
Your face is also mostly hidden behind a veil, which means that you get to kind of have a look around more than other people do without being noticed.
Oh yeah.
I would like you to roll me wits and let's do wits and cold read. It's not quite what that's for, but it's close enough.
Do keen senses apply?
Yes. We're going for a target number 20. That is a 39? Not bad.
Yeah.
It's a pity you didn't take any raises.
Oh god, I'm not tempting fate anymore.
You are making the rounds with Alexander, quietly pretending not to speak Montaigne, giving the most sparse of answers when you do answer anything in Vidachin. Because several of these people do speak Vidachin. And it's a good thing that you don't have to talk much. Because there is movement at the door, and just kind of out of curiosity, because people are kind of always streaming in, and there's a part of you that's, you're looking for Raoul, you're trying to make sure that, somebody who you're trying to make sure that, the royal family isn't showing up and whatever. Just kind of generally trying to keep an eye on who's who in the room. You recognize a face that makes your heart stop. And your stomach clench. And under that veil, there is a cold sweat that breaks out over your face as you realize that you are looking at Matteo Villanova with one of the most beautiful women you have ever seen in the world on his arm, who is clearly dressed as who is clearly a courtesan.
How did he get here?
Well, it is the Emperor's birthday. It's only the birthday of one of the most powerful men in the world. It's not like everybody is only going to be from Montaigne.
No, I know. Okay. I'm going to pull Alexander aside.
Yes? Oh, excuse me. My lady wishes to whisper sweet nothings in my ear. I never miss sweet nothings.
We're so lucky you can't see Lucia's expression. Lucia will pull Alexander into an alcove and get her face real close to his to explain this. Not to panic everyone. My fiance is here.
Alexander looks towards the doorway for a second.
It is at that time that the man making all of the announcements, the major domo, announces Mateo Villanova and escort.
Oh, well, that answers that. I was about to ask which one. Stay by my side. Stick to the plan. He will not have you.
Yes.
It'll be fine.
Why would he be here?
It's one of the biggest parties on the continent.
I am concerned about the woman he is with, but otherwise, we will be as subtle as we can be.
Indeed. Patience, focus. We'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as the name Villanova goes out over the crowd, Alonso turns, looks at the guy, and then turns and looks at Heinrich, like makes eye contact. Who I assume is like higher up, yeah?
Yeah. Heinrich looks back at you and then looks over at him and kind of shrugs.
Alonso grinds his teeth and goes back to spreading misinformation.
When the name Villanova is announced, Viviana, having developed a mask from being raised as a Vodachan courtesan, her expression doesn't seem to change. There is a slight, twitch in her mouth as though it's going to pull into a frown, but she very quickly schools that micro-expression. She will attempt to make eye contact with Alonso and just very subtly shake her head.
Yep. He's still chatting to people. Walking around looking like he just came out of some comic about how bad Vidace is. Like a good comic, like a well-drawn one.
Viviana, the woman that is on Mateo Villanova's arm, is familiar to you.
I'm going to do two things. First of all, I will...
Or I should say, she's at least familiar to you as a courtesan. You know
as a courtesan.
Yes.
Mm. So what I will do as I look at the two of them is I will tap into my inner power to see if I can determine whether both of them are villains, heroes, scoundrels. Viviana has a suspicion, but confirmation is nice.
He is very clearly a villain. She kind of pings you as something between a scoundrel and a villain. Like, it's not fully clear.
Is there a roll I could make to see if I have heard anything in particular about this woman?
Yes, you could make me a wits and gossip roll.
I will do that.
Target number 15 for basic information. Raises might get you more.
I will take one raise.
Okay.
Wow. I could spend my last drama die, but I'm not going to. That'll just be a fail.
Okay. Yeah, you know of her, but you're struggling to recall details. That is also a roll that Lucia could make if she would like.
Yeah, I'll take that roll.
Okay. Wits and gossip. 15 for basic stuff and raises for more.
I forgot what the target number was.
It was 15 for basic stuff, raises for more, and you didn't tell me what you were going for. So
I wasn't taking.
Assume a 15.
Yeah, I wasn't taking a raise.
Okay.
Kind of shame because I got a 24.
What you know is that her name is Evelina Costa. She is well known in Vodace's high society. Though the last time you were in Vodace, the rumor was that she was the favorite of Alcide Mondavi. Who is one of the other princes, though not a particularly popular or well-known one.
Viviana is definitely doing her best to just avoid the two of the courtesan from high society who could potentially recognize her.
Alonso.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to approach this?
Wait for an opportunity. Walk up and introduce myself. What was his first name? Mateo?
Yes, Mateo Villanova.
Good to know, but I'm certainly calling him. Senor Villanova. Your reputation precedes you. I'm Alonso Hernandez, at your service.
He kind of gives you a quick up and down, and there's like a pause as he does it before he extends a hand. Good to meet you.
And you. Certainly the fortune is mine. May I ask, aside from this beautiful party and our esteemed host, what brings you to Montaigne?
He kind of gestures around the room and then back at you. Need there be any other reasons? The Emperor,
Certainly not.
The Emperor throws legendary parties. This is not
Indeed.
my first, will surely not be my last.
It is my first, and I hope to have a second. But life is short. We shall see. And may I know your companion?
Yes, this is Evelina. And
Utterly
she holds out a hand, very kind of delicate knuckles up, and gives you a look that you have seen Viviana give people, or something very similar, that kind of like is designed to kind of draw you into her gaze, and capture your attention for a moment. For reference, on the mechanical front, she is the same like beauty bonuses that Viviana does.
Cool. I'm gonna kiss her hand, and I'm gonna make eye contact and sort of acknowledge what she's doing, and then break contact. It is absolutely charming.
I forgot to ask, can I see their strands?
Yes. Mateo's is a duty strand. You don't know what it's connected to, it just extends off into the distance. Her strand is coins strand.
Okay.
And if I can interject before the conversation continues, Heinrich is going to kind of, seeing this is going on, is going to leave what he's doing and sort of stand in between Mateo and Lucia and stand there looking socially awkward while sipping his wine, the purpose of which is to kind of block his view of where Lucia is.
Okay. I'm sorry. Alonso, continue.
Indeed, it is absolutely charming to meet you. How are things in the south? I know it is a little busy where I come from. But not so in Vidoce, yes?
Oh, Vidace is always busy, though, for very different reasons than your homeland is.
Hmm. Indeed. In truth, I had hoped to come here to make some kind of discovery or alliance, but I think that my chances of finding company or a bride are quite low. Tell me, have you had the pleasure?
Of meeting the Emperor? Yes, of course.
Oh, yes, no, yes, of course. Sorry. Sorry, yes, of course. Would you like to see more of the... I have taken too much of your time.
He'll kind of give you a polite nod, like he has clearly kind of written you off as like you don't know what you're doing. You're kind of a nobody, and you're reaching for things that are higher than you. But he'll give you a polite nod, and she'll bob a little curtsy, and the two of them will move off away from you if you don't stop them.
I will not stop them. If I can position myself such that away from me is also away from Lucia, that would be excellent.
I mean, that's easy enough. I assume you kind of came from the same direction as everybody else, considering that Lucia told everybody who he was. Yeah. So
cool. Last thing. I asked him what his business was, and he gestured to the room. Can I, see if there's anything else there?
You could cold read, I suppose.
I would love to.
Wits and cold read. It's not going to be an easy roll, fair warning. The only ones who really play the great game better than the Montaignes are the Vidachans. So you're looking at it like at target number 30 to get a good read on him.
Okay. Challenging, not impossible.
All
35.
Right. 35. From what you can tell, he was gesturing to the party at large. He's there for the Emperor's birthday.
Cool. Then once we've broken and he's gone off in another direction, I will make my way back through the crowd. Hello, thank you. Yes, I'll take a drink. And just passing whichever one of my friends is closest, say he's not here for her.
Okay. All right. Matteo Villanova and his companion have wandered off into the party and are immediately swept up in talking to other people who are attending, who are clearly in higher standing and better well known than Alonso. A short while later, Sémø, Diane, and Raoul are all announced. And they mostly mingle. Raoul does clearly clock all of you at one point, but he does not immediately break off to come see and talk to you. He is mingling and making conversation. At one point, you notice that Matteo and his date make their way over to Sémø and Raoul and strike up conversation with them.
And Heinrich would, of course, go seek out Diane and greet her.
She looks thrilled to see you. I heard you were leaving Charus?
Yes. Yes, I'll be leaving early tomorrow. Unfortunately, pressing business requires me to stop at home briefly, and of course I must undertake the quest upon which you have set me.
Well, I wish you all of the luck.
But
And I'm excited to hear the stories you accomplish and spread in my honor.
And I will do the very best that I can, and I will miss you dearly while I'm gone.
And she produces from the sleeve of her gown a little embroidered handkerchief. A token.
Thank you. And he will press it to his lips and then tuck it into a pocket.
She smiles. You will save a dance for me, yes?
Of course.
And she will hand you her dance card.
Okay.
You can continue to hang out with her if you would like. It's certainly a lot less socially awkward, because she is such a force of personality and is so adept at maneuvering in these circumstances that you can kind of just hang out with her. You know what I mean?
That would be the plan, kind of focused on her and occasionally looking over to see what Mateo is up to.
Okay. Is anyone else up to anything? Does anybody want to go talk to Sémø?
Yes.
Okay. I'm assuming you were going to wait for Sémø to not be talking to Mateo to approach.
I will, because I still have a disguised Strega on my arm.
Okay. It doesn't take super long. They don't get super into an in-depth discussion. It seems like they exchange some pleasantries, maybe discuss trade, that sort of thing. And then they kind of break off and go in separate directions. And you are able to kind of catch Raoul's eye, who, when he sees your intent and the fact that you were headed over, he kind of takes Sémø's elbow to keep her from immediately, butterflying over to the next person. And when she sees you, she gives a bright smile, although she looks a little... She notes the strega on your arm and kind of gives her this look like, oh, I've seen you before, but I still don't know who you are. There's obviously a little bit of I'm intrigued on her face.
Madame Cisse du Cisse, I regret that we did not get an opportunity to converse the other night. I was dearly hoping to meet you.
Yes, I apologize. The party kept me quite busy.
Oh, not at all, not at all.
I did see you dance with this vision. You must tell me who she is.
She is my lady, and that is all I am permitted to say at this moment, due to vows that have been made before Theos and various other figures.
Her eyebrows go up incrementally. But she gives a little smile. Almost kind of like Cheshire cat-like. I see. Well,
speaking of various other figures who enjoy a good promise here and there, I have a gift for you.
For me? What is the occasion?
Well, I am given to understand that in your youth and in your education, you were a student of history.
I was. I like to think I still am. Albeit less voracious than I used to be with all of my other... all of the other things I must look after.
Well then, from one scholar to another, this is a copy, a decent I would say, translation of the work of Christopher Flaubert Dudor. He was a monk in the service of Queen Eleanor, called Good Queen Eleanor, one of the Montaigne rulers of Avalon, who is still remembered brightly, because she and the monk Christopher went among the people and collected their folk tales of the goodly folk, and other such stories. And Christopher translated them into Montaigne, producing the book I Have for You.
Interesting.
I've made a few notes, basically marginalia, about the translation of certain Kimry phrases, but you'll forgive an old man refusing to leave well enough alone with old books.
How could I blame you? May I?
Please.
She takes it and doesn't necessarily make a show of flipping through it, but she is careful to let you see her kind of looking it over, because she doesn't, she's clearly wants to make it clear that she's not just taking it and planning to toss it aside. Though she doesn't dig into it super in depth, because you're in the middle of a very, very grand party.
Of course.
This is a lovely gift, and most unexpected. Thank you. I
will.
Look forward to being able to devote time to it properly.
I hope it will bring you joy in the days and nights to come.
Thank you, monsieur. I am afraid I don't have something for you. It is unusual to be given a gift on someone else's birthday.
Oh, not at all. Well, what does one get for the man who has literally everything? In this circumstance, I'll tell you what, though. If you could do an old man a favor.
Perhaps. What is the favor?
That gentleman you were speaking with, Signore Villanova.
Yes.
He, is awkward to say, so I shall speak vaguely around it. He was ungentlemanly towards a lady friend of mine.
Another one. So many, Doctor.
I have lived a long time, and I am a scholar, not a saint or a monk. I just wonder if at some point during tonight's festivities, I might see a demonstration of L'Emperor's wit.
You want me to play the game with Matteo Villanova?
Well, if one is a master, one does not flaunt one's skill by playing with amateurs.
I will consider it. Perhaps
Merci beaucoup,
make
madame.
the Emperor laugh.
We can always hope.
If you will forgive me, I have others I need to greet before they take it as a slight that I have not yet.
Bien sûr, please.
She gives a curtsy, gestures to a servant who is passing by, leans in to whisper something to them, and then tucks the book into their hand, and the servant spirits it away. And she goes on about conversing with people. Raoul kind of hangs back for a second and gives you a look. You are playing with fire.
Monsieur, I am sending in the fire. I might as well play while I'm here.
He just sort of chuckles. I suppose. As long as you know what you are doing.
I think I do.
I believe I am going to find Miss Francesca and make sure that I am on her dance card. If you'll forgive me.
Of course.
And he will bow to Lucia, mademoiselle, and then walk off.
Lucia just bobs a curtsy and like has been trying to give Alexander the like dude face and just realizes I'm wearing a veil. You can't do that.
There's some big Vodachin side eye going on. Skipping ahead a bit, eventually there is the playing of trumpets, and the whole room goes silent, which is a little unnerving and more than a little disconcerting, because this room was very loud with all the people talking. It was like a din of all the voices and footsteps and the clatter of glasses being set down on trays and things like that. And suddenly it is completely silent. And the only movement from anyone is that as you guys see the Emperor and the Imperatrix and Dominique and a few of the other princesses enter the room, everybody drops into a curtsy. The Emperor sort of looks over everything, lifts a hand and kind of gives a dismissive wave, continue, and then makes his way up to his throne. The Emperor is dressed in fabrics that even the most wealthy among you would have a hard time finding, let alone affording. His clothing is very rich and very fine. He is dressed in gold and white with gold jewelry where he wears it, and rubies. Also, obviously, has a crown on his head. The Imperatrix is dressed to accent him, but not to fully match him. Her outfit is in this incredibly fine, red, like deep red silk and velvet, and is decked out in gold thread with pearls and little like gold colored beads and things like that. Her dark hair is kind of piled up atop her head. There's no wig here. This is all her very clearly her natural hair. The dress is very much in the Montaigne style. She's not wearing a veil. And there are splashes of white throughout her outfit, but it is clear that she is not meant to be the one who is super bright and eye-catching. Dominique is also dressed very well. Her colors and such are similar, but not quite the same as her parents. You do see the captain of the Musketeers, who is there with one of the other princesses, who is on his arm. A number of the princesses are there with their husbands. And when the Emperor kind of gives that dismissive wave and tells people to continue and goes to sit on his throne, the party kind of picks back up relatively smoothly.
Alonso has managed to avoid bowing to Montaigne nobility thus far. I think he knows he should, but really doesn't want to. So
okay.
He's just leans down just enough to make it recognized.
There is no real way to avoid people noticing that you aren't doing a full bow here. You are surrounded by people.
Fair. Can I make a resolve check not to be shitty about it?
I mean, if you want to, I'm not going to tell you what your target number is. That's on you.
Fair enough.
If you want to make a roll to see if he controls himself, you absolutely can. But you don't have like a hubris or anything for me to ping. So,
For the purposes of this situation, Alonso is rolling against, let's say, his panache, so a 15. Because he kind of wants to be shitty about this. But tamps it down.
okay. What is everybody doing? Your target has arrived.
We gotta get close to her, and I gotta release a spider.
Oh, there is one more person that is of note who wasn't here before, but does enter at the same time the royal family does, and takes up his place kind of behind and slightly to the side of the throne. It is a tall, fit man in a... It looks like a lightning guard's uniform, but it is much more opulent. And has all of the markings of like an officer. All of you could probably guess that is the Emperor's personal bodyguard and the captain of his lightning guard. This guy is famous enough that you may not be 100% sure of his name, but you are pretty sure you know who he is because he's always with the Emperor.
This is not the general who conquered Castile.
No.
Or is it? Okay, different guy. Cool.
Now, that general, I believe, is Dominique's husband.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And not here.
Good.
Because he's, off currently trying to conquer your country.
GM, I would like to navigate myself and my date to within spidering distance of the throne. Just making small talk, maneuvering, joining different chatting groups and breaking off. And
okay. That shouldn't be all that difficult. I'm not going to make you roll. You are adept enough, and I know what your dice pools are, that there's pretty much no way you could fail that particular roll. So you're not going to be able to get crazy close because there are armed guards and it is Lamper, but you are able to get probably within, I don't know, about 20 feet. So that you're kind of on the edge of the crowd, but there's a lot of open space between you and the dais.
Lucia will take a second to casually lift her hand to her mouth like she's yawning. And yeah, she will whisper to her spider, who is hanging out in the flounce on her wrist.
Okay. And then you allow the spider to go about its business, I assume.
Yep.
Okay. So there's no particular mechanic for this. So what we are gonna do is I'm gonna have you roll. I gotta look at the correct sheet first of all.
Don't make me roll.
I'm gonna have you roll. Let's go finesse and stealth to try to carry off the whisper and all that stuff for what it is. We're gonna call this a target number 20.
Okay, just need to get to 20.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You are able to whisper your message and send the spider on. I'm assuming that like you lower your hand, and as you lower your hand, you kind of bring it up against your skirt so that the spider has something to latch onto.
Yep.
All right. And it skitters off. You're not really going to have a great opportunity to watch it without it being obvious that you were watching. So you are kind of forced to just trust that it works.
I have faith in him.
Yep.
Point of order, no one can see her eyes.
Yeah, but she'd have to like turn and face the Emperor and the Imperatrix. It would be
Fair.
very
Okay.
obvious that she's like staring at something.
All right.
If the whole point is for them to kind of blend in with the crowd and act like they're supposed to be there, that would kind of give the game away.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You let your spider go, and you wait. What is everybody doing in the intervening time?
Deep breathing.
Deep breathing.
Alonso finds Viviana and is just on hand because it's the two of us and Lucia who are going to leave when the fake headache starts.
I'm going to cut off about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to probably whisper to Lucia that it's time to initiate the process of the headache, because there are several steps for us to get the three of them back there that the Empress is going to get to skip, in theory.
That's valid.
Viviana will procure one of the many, many glasses of wine that I assume are just flowing freely around.
Wine and champagne are everywhere.
Yes, and she will take a few sips out of it and then pour the fumes of slumber potion into it.
Okay.
And Heinrich is going to disentangle himself from his fiancée and kind of maneuver himself into the general area of the rest of the group and wait for his cue.
All right. Alexander,
Yes.
are you taking any pains to make sure that at no point does Matteo Villanova have the opportunity to get near you?
Yes, I am.
All right. I'm going to need a roll of some sort for that.
You bet.
You are famous enough that it would make sense that he'd want to come say word. Plus, you are in the presence of a striker that he doesn't know.
Yep.
I
would be delighted. So if you don't have an idea of what I could roll, I can throw a wits and etiquette to know when to just move on to the next group. And he's like trying to join a conversation and I'm leaving it. And now he's there with the group and he has to introduce himself and the pretty lady and he has to do all that. And there I go.
Yeah, let's go with that. What's an etiquette? Sounds good.
All right. Target number?
We're gonna say 25. Because not only do you have to avoid him, but you have to do it in a smooth enough way that people don't just think that you're bailing for a conversation.
I know what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it narratively, but mechanically, I'd like to spend a drama die to activate that special ability. That little homebrew on Matteo Villanova and get him talking.
May I offer you a 36 in this trying time?
You know what? I'll allow it, but I'm gonna kind of twist what it does because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for him to just monologue right now. And I think it plays in well to something that Alexander already put in place.
Perfect.
You see Matteo Villanova kind of making his way over to where Alexander and Lucia are. And in the same moment that happens, also remember to spend your drama die. To
I did.
activate it.
Yep.
In the same moment that happens, you spot Sémø, who has kind of been watching Matteo kind of out of the corner of her eye now and then as she's socializing with other people. And you've had conversations with her. You're not like close or anything, but she knows who you are. And you strike up a little conversation with her about Villanova, where you're like, you ask questions, mention he might have been a little bit, dismissive and blah, 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 blah. And that seems to inspire things, that seems to inspire something in her or like be the thing that clicks in her head about something that you have a weird sneaking suspicion she was kind of planning to do anyway. And she begins to make her way. She kind of pats your hand before taking your arm and leading you over with her to speak to him again. And effectively, it kicks off Sémø being the Emperor's wit, and forces Villanova into the position where, because he knows how the Emperor is, because he knows how Montaigne Court works, and that it is not like Vidace, it forces him to engage with her. And for them to go back in this verbal sparring match where they are giving backhanded compliments, insulting each other while they are complimenting each other at the same time. And it kicks off a kind of uproarious, raucous laughter from the people around them, and very clearly gets the Emperor's attention at the same time.
And I'm point blank in this?
You're there. There isn't a whole lot of space for you to say anything. And you could certainly try, but it is worth noting that you are with the sharpest wit in the kingdom. And with somebody who plays a game on a level that you just don't. You could certainly try. I will allow you to roll if you really want to. But I just want you to be aware of the situation that you find yourself in. You have a front row seat to an amazing moment. You could try to partake, or you could sit back and let it happen.
I think in Alonso's mind, this is a duel, and height of disrespect to interrupt or even affect a duel from outside the arena.
Okay.
So he is watching enraptured, but he will not engage.
It is absolutely a duel. This is a supreme battle of wits, where they are back and forth with each other.
Yeah.
And you get kind of a front row seat to not only part of why someone who is as gentle and soft-hearted as Lucia might not want to be with someone like him, but also how much danger she probably actually was if this is how the people in Vidace are able to operate. And he's not even from here, and he's almost keeping up with Sémø. The longer it goes on, the more clear it becomes that this is not his normal forte, and it is hers. She has the home court advantage, so to speak. But he's very good. Which means that he's probably has a pretty good chance of being cruel.
All right.
Alexander, you get to see the thing that you asked to happen. What you were not expecting was for Alonso to be right there. And kind of caught in a position where walking away isn't going to be easy.
Nope, can't draw extra attention.
We gotta go.
Well,
Yep, I will flag down Viviana, and then I will flag down one of the servants, majordomos type people.
You are easily able to flag down a servant. They're kind of everywhere. They're somehow both unobtrusive and right there all the time.
I beg your pardon, monsieur, but my lady appears to have all the excitement has left her a little winded. Is there a place where she could perhaps sit quietly for just a few minutes?
Oui, monsieur, we have sitting rooms for such things.
That would be marvelous. Thank you so much. I will send along my friend Francesca here as her interpreter. Unfortunately, my lady friend does not speak Montaigne.
Of course, monsieur.
Thank you so much. And I will take Lucia's hand. I will look through the veil, say, I look forward to seeing you again soon. I'm sure everything's going to be fine.
Lucia does not need help looking like she needs to sit down. And she just nods.
But Viviana will go over. She will not take Lucia's hand, but sort of like put a hand like gently on her shoulder, look at her as though she's like checking her over to like see if she's okay. She will adopt a somewhat concerned expression and then continue to lead Lucia in the direction that the servant is leading us.
Excellent. All right, you two follow a servant out of the ballroom. There are a number of curious glances that are kind of thrown your way, mostly at Lucia, though Viviana, you get quite a few like double takes as you pass by the crowds.
Thank you for listening to Opus de Requiem. If you enjoyed this story, please make sure to subscribe and review wherever you're listening to our podcast. You can find more of our actual plays on our website at www.hallowedhavenstudios.com. Please consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/hallowedhavenstudios. Your support helps us make more stories like this possible.
All right. You are led out and down a hallway that still has a fair number of people, but not nearly as many. Mostly servants kind of coming and going. And into a room with double doors that you realize is a very like opulently and lavishly appointed like sitting room. There's no one else in here at the moment. The servant kind of shows you in, gestures to the various seating options, and make yourself comfortable, mademoiselle. Do you need water or anything?
Water would be lovely. She is perhaps not used to such excitement. Things are usually much more calm for her. I will ensure that she gets the proper amount of rest before we return. Thank you.
Oui, I will return with water in a few moments. And he disappears from the room, shuts the doors behind him to give you privacy. Back in the ballroom, Sémø and Matteo are still going back and forth. At some point in the middle of it, Eveline sort of slips away a little bit. Slips away from Matteo's side. He's clearly caught up at the moment, and you can tell that after a while she's just like, yeah, they're posturing, okay. And while she is sipping at a glass of wine, she kind of looks over, catches sight of Alexander, and starts to make her way over to him. Heinrich, what are you doing?
Not a lot for me to do yet. I'm just observing and waiting for when I'm needed.
All right. Alexander.
Yes?
There is a stunning woman coming towards you. on par with Viviana and Quiva levels of stunning. And she has this kind of... She has this thing about her that even for someone who isn't lecherous would be hard to resist.
Mm-hmm.
Mechanically, she has dangerous beauty on top of the other stuff. And she gives you that I'm clearly interested in you, and you are the center of the room. You are the center of the universe to me right now. Look. And I'm going to offer you a drama die to activate your lecherous hubris. Or you can give me a drama die to avoid it.
As she approaches and looks me over as though I were just sitting on the dessert cart, I lift my wine, I toast to her, and give me that drama die.
Take it.
Why, my dear Signorina, where are we going?
I have read your books. I am curious to know more about you. Will you take a walk with me?
I would be happy to, said the fly to the spider.
She takes your elbow, and the two of you kind of begin to walk away from all of the hubbub and noise. All right. It is around this time that Heinrich and Alonso see the Imperatrix kind of leans over to whisper to one of the servants nearby, who gives a quick nod, and then she leans over and kind of puts her hand on the Emperor's forearm to get his attention, and you see he kind of glances over at her, and you could see her lips moving, but you can't hear anything. You can't hear what she's saying. And then he gives another kind of dismissive wave. And then she gets up and begins to leave the room.
And Heinrich will kind of very unobtrusively from a safe distance follow and kind of keep an eye on who is going with her.
It looks like just a servant, and a couple of the lightning guard follow.
Okay.
So you watch them kind of disappear through a side room, and again, I'm not going to make you roll for this. You've been kind of keeping an eye on everybody, trying to track who's where and who's doing what. And you look around and realize that you know where Viviana and Lucia are because they've left already to begin the swap. You know where Alonso is because he's right up front with all the craziness that's happening. And then you turn and you look, and Alexander is gone.
Did the Empress go into kind of the same area where Lucia and Viviana went?
So this is a really big ballroom, and there's a lot of doors. And she left through the same door that she came from, which unfortunately is not anywhere near the other ones, because it's one of the ones that's up behind the dais, where the what do you call them? The thrones and such are. You can assume that it heads out into the hallways, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But you have no way of knowing where she's gonna end up.
Okay. Heinrich is going to approach Alonso and try and get his attention away from the spectacle.
I think he's aware, but can't leave until it's over. Jamie physically brought him into this conversation, until she's done kicking this guy's ass, I don't feel like I can leave.
You could potentially make a roll to see if you could slip away unobtrusively, the same way Mateo's date did. But there is a risk that people will notice and take note of the fact that you slipped away.
Yeah. I also think that maybe my being here helps propel things forward, and the longer this can keep going, the safer we all are.
Okay.
I don't want to start the crowd moving away from this, because I want this to keep happening.
Okay. In that case, Heinrich is going to go to where he saw Viviana and Lucia go.
Okay.
And he will enter that room that he saw them move into.
Well, you saw them move out into the hallway. You didn't see what room they went into.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to go look for them.
Okay. How long do you wait before you do that?
Basically, I start moving as soon as the Empress, goes into the hallway and I lose sight of her.
Okay, cool. All right. Alexander, you are very distracted.
I am.
Kind of entirely forgotten what you were here for. She is like all Vodachan courtesans, well educated, very bright, and an excellent conversationalist.
Splendid.
So she is engaging. She is also flirty. She's flirting with you. Viviana and Lucia, a few moments after you get dropped off in the room, the servant returns with a decanter of water and 2 glasses and leaves them with you, along with a little plate of like hors d'oeuvres, just in case this is a hunger thing, and then quietly leaves.
As soon as he leaves, we'll wait. Lucia will wait to ensure no one else is going to just walk in, and then start changing.
Given who's here, we might want to give you the potion instead of the Empress.
What potion? Which potion?
Not the one to induce slumber, the one that I told you allows somebody's appearance to change.
Perhaps we wait until we know we need it.
All right, then.
But I will take it.
Alonso.
See.
Are you still staying, or are you gonna try and slip away?
Yes.
Okay. Make me a wits plus stealth at target number 20.
35. At a certain point, he clocks that he should exit and just goes dueling etiquette. Walk away. Make no scene of it. Make no fuss. Just, that was good. I'm leaving.
All right. Okay. Heinrich.
Yes.
Ye of the much more sparse number of skills. All your stuff is in fighting almost. This is such a weird use for this. Let's go wits and tracking. Target number 15 to try and figure out which of the million fucking doors in this hallway either the girls or the Empress would have gone through.
Well, my plan is to find them and tell them which door the Empress went into in order for them to then go find her. Because they did not see.
This is a very big place, Heinrich.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just saying what I'm trying to do if I make the roll.
I gotcha. 15 will certainly tell you where they are. If you take raises, it'll get you a better idea of where the Empress went.
Okay, target number is 15?
Yes.
Okay, let's do 2 raises.
Okay, so we're looking for a 25. Oh, he of many drama dice.
Okay, we'll
That's
use
a
the
16.
first one of them. 22.
Uh-huh.
And 29.
All right, very cool. You make your 25. You are able to deduce from kind of walking by several rooms and stopping to listen that most of these are empty. You get to one where you can hear movement on the other side, and a couple of very quiet feminine voices. You can assume that's probably Viviana and Lucia, because they would not have been taken too far away.
Okay.
You also clock that the Empress, you kind of catch like the swish of her skirts as she rounds the corner into a different set of doors a ways down the hall. Probably a good 50, 60 yards away.
Okay. I will knock gently on the door and then go into the room.
Are you going to wait for them to say it's good, or are you just going to march in? Because
I'm just going in.
Cool. Ladies, how fast do you think you're able to change?
Viviana is getting in. I think Viviana is a relatively fast changer. I mean, I'm not going to say that he doesn't glimpse anything, but
He gets a scandalous amount of shoulder.
Exactly.
Lucia?
I'm doing the math. No, honestly,
you are not nearly as good at quick change as Viviana is.
What I was gonna say is most of the servants' clothes probably look like the underpinnings for the nicer clothes anyway, but yeah, whatever. Heinrich's a parent. He's seen half-dressed kids before, or, half-dressed women before.
He's seen his half-dressed wife before. He wasn't around for most of his kids' upbringing.
Well,
that's sad.
That's what war does.
Yep, that's sad.
Heinrich, you walk into a scandalous amount of bare ankle, bare shoulder, probably a little bit more cleavage than you ever really wanted to see from Lucia, because her dress hasn't been, or her new clothes haven't been properly laced up and settled into place.
Okay, he blushes a little and politely averts his gaze.
Heinrich!
Awkward Ison moment.
The Empress is on the move. She's left the party. If you go out this door and take a left, she's about in another room, perhaps 50 yards further down the hallway on the right.
Grazie. And
Thank you.
Lucia's putting the rest of herself together. And then just pads out, lifts her skirt to pad out the under, instead of wearing a petticoat, she has replaced the black dress and her party dress under the skirts. Compared to Viviana, who might have been wearing panniers or hoops.
Mm-hmm.
Or a petticoat.
Okay. So you are taking your party dress with you?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Anything else from the three of you?
Nope.
Nope. I will just tell them there has been one snag in the plan. However, we seem to have lost Alexander somewhere.
Lost him to a beautiful woman, no doubt.
That would be my guess.
Well, as long as he's back before we have to leave. Right?
Yes, well, hopefully he will extricate himself when it's time for us to depart. But I'm going to go try and find him.
Grazie.
All right.
It is worth noting that Viviana seems... She is good at wearing a mask at social events, but here that mask seems to have hardened, and she seems even more, like, there is less of her that is, like, publicly available than there usually would be.
Okay.
If Lucia clocks that, she is not questioning it right now. We got shit to do.
Go ahead.
The last thing that Lucia does is she grabs the tray of hors d'oeuvres and water that was laid out for them, and that's how she's going to enter the hall.
Okay. So, I have a question about how you guys are going to pull this off. I know that you have unobtrusive. Viviana really doesn't and has a lot of things working against her in that department.
That is very true.
So I would like to know what your approach is.
I have an insane thought, but it is deeply insane. We'll call it Plan B.
I think Viviana's plan for blending in is not necessarily to look like she is, because if she's wearing a servant's outfit, she's just going to look as though she is like one of the head servants, like somebody that other people report to. She is going to look like she is very invested in her job, she is just going to look as though she is someone important by servant standards, and certainly unusually pretty for a servant, but not somebody that is worth talking to.
I don't want to poke holes in this plan.
Please do.
I feel like people will know if you're a head servant, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think keep your looking down and then just pretend you don't matter.
Yes, I do think that's actually a better plan. The reason I didn't jump for that immediately is because, again, some things mechanically working against me, but...
I have one other terrible idea.
Is it the glass water bomb?
Nope, it's stupider. Has Heinrich left?
Yeah. Heinrich
Okay.
went to look for Alexander.
Storyteller.
What?
If Viviana has like a black eye or maybe a swollen nose, would that maybe make her less pretty?
Are you proposing beating your fellow party member?
Yes, I am going to punch Viviana in the face.
What is it with you in PvP?
Not with consent.
So on the one hand, it might muck with her beauty merit a little bit. On the other hand, she's going to be walking around with visible injuries. Visible fresh injuries. Also, bruises don't set in immediately.
Swelling does, though.
Sure. I'm just saying, like, you are trading one kind of noticeable for another.
That is true. I'm kind of hoping that we have powder, so at least the redness is gonna go away.
Honestly, if we have... Okay.
Here's what I will say. I will allow if Lucia wants to make an unobtrusive roll and takes raises, I will allow however many raises you take worth of dice to go to Viviana as unkept dice on her roll.
I will do that. And
because Viviana doesn't have unobtrusive, she is so built hard in the opposite direction.
I know.
And we will say that from a narrative perspective, that is you kind of covering for her. You are showing her how to walk. You are using the tray in your hand to kind of obscure people's view of her, like you're carrying it up high like a waitress does.
I can do that.
So I'm gonna have you make a wits and unobtrusive roll. Target number 15 for you. If you take raises, like I said, you can give her extra unkept dice.
It's not a great die pool for me, but yes, I will take raises. How many do I? Oh, well, I just need as many as we're willing to give to Viviana.
Pretty much.
And Viviana's just rolling flat wits?
Viviana will, she's going to be rolling just wits.
What's the math on that? How bad is it, Viv?
I mean, I have 3 wits. It's like...
Her base roll, her kept roll isn't bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just that she doesn't have any unobtrusive. You're effectively giving her unobtrusive dice.
I'm going to take 15. I'll take 2 raises. It's not a great pool for me either.
So you're going for a 25. You may have to burn those drama dice.
Maybe I'll take 1 raise, because then we'll be rolling with the same pool.
So you're looking for a 20.
Yeah. Oh, thank God.
Viviana, I need you to make a wits roll with an extra unkept die.
Okay. What is my target number?
15.
Okay. Yep.
And you continue to roll like you're on fire. That's a 22. All right. Okay. You two slip down the hallway. There are a couple of near misses, but Lucia is weirdly good at this. And Viviana is accustomed to having to maneuver in tense and awkward situations. So between Lucia's ability to kind of keep to herself and keep people from looking too hard at her, and Viviana's natural ability to kind of adapt and work within whatever social dynamic that she has been thrust into, you are able to manage. You reach the door that you are pretty sure Heinrich was talking about. Do you knock? Do you just enter?
Lucia will tap.
It is worth noting that across from this door are 2 lightning guard. They are standing across the hallway from the door that you were in, or that you were going to.
As we get closer to the door that we're headed to, Lucia will kind of indicate the guard, and then tell Viviana quietly in Vodachin, that may be your job. Not yet, but that may be something later.
Yes. I understand. For now, what is ahead?
And then with the trays and with the tray of hors d'oeuvres and drink, Lucia will tap softly on the door and kind of bob a quick curtsy at the lightning guard, which is kind of, she assumes is customary. You kind of get the sense that Lucia's done this before. Not this specific thing, but she's very good at pretending to be a servant.
The lightning guards kind of eye you for a moment, and then one of them begins to make his way over to clearly to speak with one of you. At the same time, you hear a voice that is somehow soft and commanding all at once, and has a very clear Vodachan accent, but is speaking in Montaigne. Enter.
Don't need to tell me twice.
Viviana will allow Lucia to slip in first, if the lightning guard, and he
is approaching you.
She will. Does it look like he is determined to speak with her, or does it look like he also heard the voice and he is like prepared to just let that slide for now?
No, he looks like he is coming to talk to you. He's not going to try and stop Lucia, but they are clearly concerned because you are servants that they do not know. Who are headed for the room that the Empress is in.
Okay, Viviana will stand. She will remain outside then, for now at least. Because, well, he is concerned and he could enter the room. He's lightning guard.
Mm-hmm. Lucia, in the room, you see the Empress. She is standing there. There is a servant that you saw kind of hovering around her at the party who is also in the room. She kind of looks you over at your clothes, and then glances over at the servant. She can be trusted, she says in Vodachan.
And Lucia will, sorry, the servant can be trusted, is who she indicates?
Yes.
Well, let's get started. And she'll put down the tray and things and pull out the dresses.
The servant looks a little shocked as you like literally lift your skirts and start pulling out more fabric. The Empress almost doesn't seem to react. You just notice that one eyebrow goes up just the tiniest like millimeter in reaction to what's happening.
Unless you think you can walk all the way back to the sitting room that I'm supposed to be in.
No, this is fine. Though I don't need to walk back to the sitting room. I can, in the hallway anyway. There are passages.
Oh. Well, that makes things much easier.
I couldn't use them to leave, but I could use them to get to that room. She looks over at her servant, who quickly nods. And has approached and is quickly like making fast work of removing of helping her unlace her dress. This is a much more elaborate affair than what you were wearing. You get the feeling that with the servant, it'll still take a while. If you wanted, you may be able to lend aid to speed the process up.
I'll definitely do that.
Okay. Outside the room, Viviana, the lightning. Oh, I do have a quick question. Are you still carrying the wine glass?
The wine glass. I'm gonna say that she gave that to Lucia, told her don't drink it, just take it with you.
Okay. Then you are out in the hallway with a lightning guard who looks very concerned. I don't know you. What is your name?
My name is Nari. I was, and Viviana is putting on her softest voice, like very much trying to soft and meek, making herself look smaller. Like looking him in the eye because she is avoiding eye contact. Like she is avoiding making an abundance of eye contact, whereas usually she maintains very strong eye contact with people. And she says, we were told that Empress needed more hors d'oeuvres, that she needed something solid. She was that she needed that while she was resting. That is what I was told. I am sorry. I am new.
Viviana, make me a panache and sincerity roll. Your pretty dice do apply. This is going to be a target number 30, because these are professional bodyguards who are not supposed to leave the Empress with random people they don't know.
Okay.
That is a 27 with a 10, which rerolls to a 32. I don't know why I bother.
It was close. It could have gone the other way.
It could have. All right. There's a moment where he kind of stares at you, and you can tell that he's going back and forth in his head. And then he finally lets out a little bit of a breath. You are new?
Yes, I'm sorry. I know that you are. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know what the protocol for interacting with someone like you is. And she is like looking around awkwardly, making the briefest of eye contact again, and then looking around. I do not mean to be rude.
He kind of straightens up at that, at the implication that he is like above your station and that you recognize it and you're clearly flustered. He kind of visibly like straightens his back a little bit, looks a little prideful, not in the yeah that's right I'm better than you way, but in that I'm being complimented by a pretty girl kind of way. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And he finally nods. It is all right. Go in.
Thank you. Thank you, Mozo. She will dip into a curtsy, look up awkwardly again, dip into a smaller curtsy, and then slip into the room.
All right. You can hear as you're slipping into the room that he is turned back to his companion as he's walking back across the hallway. And you can tell that this is the beginning of the her name is Marie, and I think I wonder if she's married. Cause might not be noble, but the commoners get up to romance too. You walk in to find Lucia and a servant working on helping the Empress out of a very complex dress.
It is good that this has already started. Should we... And Viviana sort of takes a moment to sort of think back to the veil that Lucia was wearing and look over the Empress's outfit and the dress that she is changing into. She pulls the... Did Lucia take the glass water bomb?
Yes.
Okay. Then Viviana will go over. She will pick up the glass of wine that she handed off to Lucia again, just so it's with her and nobody is within drinking distance of it yet. And she will say, okay, well, what are the chances that the man we are worried about recognizing you is still occupied inside? We may perhaps need to give the potion to Her Grace.
Well, we are going to get her to... But she will be veiled.
Mm-hmm. I know.
And... I do not... When she has re-entered the party, she will be immediately... She will ask Alexander to go.
All right. Then perhaps it is best. All right, if she is not here long and the veil does its work, then perhaps you should drink it. Just in case he spots you out of the corner of his eye.
I suppose, are we not worried that the Imperatrice will be caught? And I look at the Empress like, ugh.
The Empress has a very carefully schooled look on her face. I went into this knowing that there would be risks. But if I stay, I am dead for sure. If I at least try to go, I might survive.
There is a chance. There's a chance that there's someone here who recognizes my face. I'm just going to explain it. We have a way of changing that, but I am more worried about you.
I will be veiled. And taking your place. She kind of lifts a hand and, like, cups your chin with the curl of her pointer finger. You are noticeable enough that if someone here is looking for you or knows your face, they will know that it is you when they see you.
Lucia sighs and echo. Then I will take it when we have left and go back to the sitting room.
Very well. You guys get her changed. It's not hard. I'm not going to make anybody roll. It just takes a while. And once that is done, she kind of, she dons the veil, and there's a moment as she's doing it where she's like, "It has been some time since I have been dressed in all black with one of these on."
It's hard to go back once you take it off.
Yes. She looks to her servant. Which one? And she kind of gestures to the walls, and the servant hurries over, pulls back one of the tapestries that's hanging on the wall, and pushes in on a piece of the wall. It's almost seamless. Like you can't see the door until she presses on it, and then it swings inward.
There is a sitting room just outside the ball. We will meet you there.
All right. I will go and wait. She slips out. Before she does so, she pauses, and you see her press a little a bag that is like the size of like a rather large like grapefruit into her servant's hand, and she speaks quietly to her. Go, take this and get as far away as you can. The servant kind of looks like she's about to cry, but nods and kind of clutches this bag to her chest. And then the Empress sweeps through that little hidden door and disappears. The servant kind of stops, looks at you to make sure that you're not going to ask her to do anything.
Actually, lock the door behind us.
She kind of nods. And she will wait for you two to leave before she hurries over and quietly locks the door, which you guys don't see, but the audience does.
Yep.
And then she disappears through a different hidden door. And you two are able to make your way out. Where are you going?
Scurrying back to the sitting room that we vacated.
Yes.
Okay. That is easily enough done. You notice that one of the lightning guards is eyeing Viviana and looks like he wants to say something as you pass, but doesn't get the chance because you're moving pretty quickly.
That sounds like a future us problem.
You were able to get into the room. It's not locked, and the Empress doesn't say or do anything to stop you.
Lucia will, I hope, and I assume Viviana will change back into their other. Lucia will change into her first dress, her second dress, and Viviana, if you're going to change, this is the time.
Yeah, Viviana is changing back into her party dress.
All right.
And I'll take the potion now.
Okay. Easily enough done across the board. We're going to check in with the boys. Alonso, what are you up to? You've slipped away.
Alonso slips away.
You have no idea where Alexander is, and Heinrich was also gone by the time you slipped away.
So I'm alone in the ballroom.
At least at first, yes. Eventually Heinrich does come back, but...
I think the first thing he's going to do, the girls are gone. That means the plan is in motion. Find Raoul.
Okay. Easily enough done. Raoul is with a gaggle of other nobles making conversation. They're kind of on the outskirts of the crowd that you were a part of. You could tell that they're all kind of paying attention to this verbal sparring match that's happening, but Raoul has seen it enough from his cousin that he's not terribly engaged.
Well, that was extremely impressive.
She usually is.
Indeed, I feel I have learned a thing or two that may one day play into my swordsmanship.
It may lead to you using your sword more often.
Yes. I'm not opposed to the idea. 5 minutes. Yes?
Very well.
And then I'm going to... There's something else I want to do, but I don't have the information to start doing it. Because I know that the courtesan walked away. I don't know where she went.
Nope.
Alright. Just thinking it would be hilarious to be like, this guy can't keep a courtesan, can't keep a wife. Damn. Get a little rumor going.
You don't have that kind of information.
Yeah. Then I'm going to head towards the way we came in and just make sure there's, nothing crazy happening. They're not, blocking off the exits, or be here and prepped to act. Like, if the place goes into lockdown and we have to fight our way out, I am right where I would need to be to secure the exit.
Okay. Heinrich?
Yes.
You are off to attempt to find Alexander?
Indeed I am.
Tell me what your plan is.
Well...
This is a big place that you are unfamiliar with.
Yes. And if I recall, I did not see him leaving with the woman, correct?
No, you did not.
Okay. First of all, he's going to kind of get back to the ballroom, kind of scan around, looking to see if he can find Alexander.
No. You do, however, see Alonso, who has taken up a place near one of the doors.
Okay. And I assume there are dozens of hallways and exits to this giant room.
The ballroom, yeah, there are doors everywhere. There are some that lead outside. There are some that lead into hallways. It's a lot.
Okay, not seeing any guard-related commotion. I think we can probably assume that he hasn't been arrested or detained. So start by heading outside if there's like a garden that is adjacent to the ballroom. Maybe he decided to go get some air.
Okay. Alexander,
Yes'm.
how quick does the old man move?
Well,
Not in terms of walking, obviously.
I understand.
I'm just trying to see like how fast he goes from friendly flirting in the middle of their scholarly banter to I'm actually trying to seduce this woman, because I need to know what Heinrich may be walking into.
I should like to make a seduction roll to perhaps determine how much old man Riz I have this evening.
I can get down with that. Let's go panache and seduction.
Oh, look, a parabola.
Let's see. She is a courtesan, so being particularly seductive to her is a little bit harder. Though not terribly, because she's clearly interested. So we're gonna make this a 25?
Sure.
Oh, he of the crazy ass social dice pools. If you take raises, you never mind.
Yep. Nah.
Well, that's a 25 with a 10. For a total of 27. You are being quite seductive. It's not your best work, but she is clearly kind of taken with you, and seems to have largely decided that the party is not terribly worth her time.
I shall endeavor to make it worth her time.
All right. So, Heinrich, you go looking. And it takes a bit for you to find them, because they have found a quiet corner of the garden where they are mostly like cordoned off from like the view from the building. And Alexander has this woman in his arms, has her kind of tilted back, and his face is, let's say it's below her neck.
Okay.
And quite literally kind of buried in her clevage.
Okay. But they're both still fully clothed at this point.
She's mostly clothed.
Okay. And Heinrich will approach.
Sorry.
Heinrich will approach the tryst and kind of. Alexander, we need to leave right now. Matteo Villanova saw you leaving with his companion, and he is looking for you. Unless you want to engage in a duel, I suspect you should leave immediately.
Alexander stands up slowly, takes and lifts the courtesan's chin to look into her eyes.
I would die most horribly, would I not?
Likely he's is a jealous type.
Oh.
And he leans in and whispers into her ear,
worth every moment.
She gives a little smile. I know.
And he will give a bow with a flourish and straighten up his waistcoat. And I place myself in your tender care, Herr von Groth, shall we?
Yes, we should leave immediately. And Heinrich gives the semi-clothed woman a quick once-over, and then they go back to the ballroom.
She gives you a smile that suggests that she's considering climbing you like a tree. While she tucks herself back into her dress properly. And gives a little, like, finger wiggle wave at the two of you. As you depart.
And then once we're out of earshot of the woman, I will tell Alexander things are almost ready. The Empress has left the party, and the ladies have gone to her room. We should be departing very soon.
You got me when we were almost ready? How rude. Very well.
And we'll head back and kind of linger with Alonso near the door.
You head back in time to see that the verbal sparring match has kind of wrapped up. There is general laughter and clapping. Even the Emperor is clapping. It's kind of that I'm not actually interested in this sort of clap, but it is as much recognition as anyone could hope to get. And
you were just making that up about Matteo finding out, yes?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Seemed the easiest way to get your attention.
Splendid.
No, Matteo has been extremely occupied.
You are able to see that Sémø is in the middle of sweeping a very deep curtsy to the prince, who is, or to the emperor, not the prince. I got Vidace and Montaigne mixed up in my head for a minute. To the emperor, who is clearly clapping for her specifically. Matteo takes the time to bow very deeply to the emperor. Do either of you have cold read?
I mean, I do.
I
you don't need
I
cold
do
read.
not.
You were here for the whole time.
Yes.
Well, without cold read, you're not entirely sure how it turned out, though. With the fact that the Emperor is specifically clapping for Sémø, you can kind of assume she probably came out on top,
Yeah.
or at
Heinrich-
least performed admirably.
Heinrich has full confidence in his mother-in-law.
Alonso, you know, she won that little exchange. It wasn't like she didn't decimate him. He held his own very, very well. But you know,
Decisive but hard fought.
yes. All right. For the ladies, you make it into the room. You help you help Viviana back into her dress. I am assuming this is when Lucia takes the potion.
Yep.
All right. I would like you to describe what Lucia looks like.
What a great question.
Your hair isn't going to change, but your features will.
Lucia, I guess, looks like the best way I can describe it is plain. She just like all of the features, all of her features, which are which are delicate, big eyes, that sort of thing, just sort of even out to kind of make a nothing of a person's face. Like, you couldn't look at her at this moment and be like, yeah, that's like, you could not describe her later to anyone except for maybe she had dark hair.
Okay. She has one of those faces that you could see it and then immediately forget it.
Yep.
Got it. Okay. The Empress, the biggest thing that you can see that might be a problem is that the Empress does not move like you. She is much more regal in her bearing. She's incredible. You know, she's trained to be royalty. So there is a very particular way that she walks that does not match yours. But otherwise, you can't see her face through the veil. You were careful to make sure that you had a veil that would hide as much of her features as possible. You guys are kind of forced to take her hair down a little bit and muss it up a little bit to look a little bit more like Lucia's, but it's still not going to be a perfect match. You're just going to have to hope that people can't spot the difference.
Your Majesty?
See?
Could you maybe look, smaller?
She pauses, and even though you can't see her face, you can almost feel an air of insult in the room.
Not physically, it just...
When the way that you walk, the way that you carry yourself, it is very obviously regal. In order for this to succeed, you may perhaps need to walk closer to the way you did when you were simply a Strega and not the Empress.
She kind of pauses for a moment, like she's looking, like she's trying to figure out what the difference is. I was always trained to walk like this, but and after a moment, she kind of... Actually, I'm gonna have one of you roll. We're gonna see. You're gonna roll for her. We're gonna see how well this goes.
You got this. You got this, Glamour.
Let me figure out her die pool.
Lucia's not ready to unpack the trauma that is why she moves the way she does, so can't explain it.
Let's go. Roll me 3. No, roll me 7, keep 3.
Target number?
This is going to be really hard for her, so 25?
Please.
Yes. Oh my god, and a 10.
27 with a 10, damn. I should have made Clara roll it.
No, it's Viviana's story.
Okay. She rolls very well. That's over a 30. That's a 34. It takes her a moment, but with a little bit of guiding from Viviana and studying the way Lucia holds herself, she manages to kind of shrink in on herself just a little bit. She's still a little bit more graceful than you, but she manages to make herself look less imposing.
That is much better. Thank you. Thank you, Your Grace.
So, when you get back into the ballroom, find Alexander and let him know we are ready to leave.
Of course. All right. The Empress and Viviana leave the room. Lucia, you're kind of nudged to stay back a couple of minutes before you leave. That way it's not crazy obvious that you're all leaving at the same time. Viviana, where do you take the Imperatress? Like out into the ballroom to meet up with Alexander, maybe have a dance or two?
Yes.
Create the illusion. Okay.
Yeah, she was definitely taking her back the way they originally came to get into that room, and then just straight to Alexander. Because this is his mystery woman.
Okay. You are able to do that, no problem. However, we're not going to pick up there yet. Actually, no. Yeah, we are. Alexander, Viviana returns with your lady.
My darling.
While your hair is still mussed from the last lady whose cleavage you were nuzzling.
Well, I am as Theos made me.
What does that mean?
Just what it sounded like. My lady, may I have this dance?
She gives you a curtsy, slides her hand into yours, and speaks very quietly in Zodachin. I would like that.
Splendid.
All right.
Alonso does everything in his power to keep his mouth closed.
I'm assuming that you kind of want to make a little bit of a show of this, so that
Absolutely.
it's clear that she's back in the room.
Yep.
Okay. So you should have dancing, right? Yeah.
I do have dancing.
Let's go either finesse and finesse or panache and dancing, whatever works for you.
Either one, same dice pool either way, so.
This is a big ball with a lot of people who are eye-catching and easy to stare at, but you have some mystique going for you. So I'm gonna say target number 30, but I'm giving you a free raise, so you only have to hit a 25.
Okay.
Giving you the free raise because you've established the mystery with your Striga. Damn! That's a 29 with 2 10s. Y'all are... I can't challenge you guys tonight. I'm trying so hard.
That'll be a 43 all told.
42.
42.
But yes, no, very good. Okay. Describe the scene that plays out. You have commanded a lot of attention. And maybe not everybody in the room, but a lot of people are watching you, including the Emperor.
It's not dissimilar to the dance we had at Heinrich's. I keep her close to me. Keep her face, which is difficult to see, but keep it faced towards me. And this is obviously not just the two of us dancing, so there's a lot of different people swirling around, but making the effort to give the impression that she is the only woman in the world, and in this case, as we dance, holding her close to let her know that in this moment, in this place, as much danger as we're in, she is safe.
Okay. I have to roll something.
Did Alonso and Viviana get out there too? Just to be close at hand? And to be seen before we leave?
Certainly.
I mean, you're allowed to. I'm assuming you are not going to go out of your way to be as eye-catching as this.
Nope. Just want to be nearby if something happens.
Yes.
Okay.
That's not good.
Oh no.
That's just the Empress rolling to be chill, right?
Yep,
Oh,
totally.
no.
Totally what that is. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yep, we're good. We're good. We're very good.
All right. I need Alonso, what did you roll? You rolled a 40?
I did.
Okay. Viviana?
Yeah.
18. Not amazing. It's okay. You're not gonna be crazy eye-catching and have people gawping at you, but that's okay. That's not the point.
Yeah.
All right. You all are able to have your dance. We are going to pop back over to Lucia. Lucia. A couple minutes have passed. You are pretty sure you have waited long enough before you should slip out of the room and hope that you don't get noticed. Are you just going straight for the carrot? No, you don't. You're not leaving.
Oh no, and I don't get noticed.
Oh, are you going straight for the carriage?
I will kind of, I'm wondering if I can cover my ass. I'm gonna do this unobtrusively, but I'm gonna take the most direct route I can within reason. Like, I'm not gonna leave through the grand entrance or anything like that.
Okay. As a reminder, you don't know this building.
I do not. Shit. All right.
You can try. I'm just saying it's going to be harder because you don't know the building.
I'll start making my way like I'm headed towards I'll start making my way out through the grand entrance, and if someone directs me, I will try to I can't. I have no other options right now.
All right, make me a wits and unobtrusive roll. You're going to need like a target number 20.
23.
Okay. You are sure that nobody really seems to notice you, which is great for you, because it allows you to pull yourself up short as you round a corner and realize that you are staring at the back of a pair of masculine shoulders and a mop of curly dark hair, and a couple that are arguing quietly but passionately in Vodachan. Where were you? I turned around and you were gone. I went for a walk. I don't belong to you, contrary to what your money may make you think. And the two kind of spar for a moment, and it gets more and more heated. And he makes a very sharp comment about as long as I am paying you, you are mine until the terms of our agreement are done. Don't ever do that again. And she gets huffy and turns and walks away. And Lucia, you are faced with the realization that you are in a hallway. For the moment, it is just you and the man you were almost tied to for the rest of your life. In this empty hallway, it's just him and you, and he doesn't know you're there.
Do I still have that glass of wine?
You do. Hold that thought. I'm gonna give you a drama die, or offer you a drama die, to activate your hubris.
Oh no.
I can activate your hubris in order to get you to ignore any nagging feelings of worry or hesitation you may have when confronted with a potentially dangerous environment.
Oh no.
Actually, I'm going to say you don't have the wine because you were leaving. You have no reason to have it.
Oh no.
You can give me a drama die to not take the bait.
I only have one left.
I'm aware. But you only need one to say no.
We're so close to getting out of here. Oh my god. I'm struggling. I don't think we need any more rolls. I don't think we're gonna have any more rolls tonight. That I oh my god. What would I even do? I'm gonna take my fucking drama die. I literally cannot do anything if I don't have the wine. I can't think of what to do.
Okay. I will take the drama die. You are able to muscle down your impulse to do something reckless.
Oh man, we could have just killed him.
He turns, like he's about to storm away, and comes up short when he realizes that you are right behind him. Stares at you for a long moment, and then sneers and brushes by you. Almost knocks you over as he passes.
Dick. Oh, man. No, adult. We are an adult, and you've lost the opportunity to get the drama die.
Continuing on your way to the carriage?
There's bombastic Vodachan side-eye, but yes.
Okay. You make your way towards the grand entrance. One of the other servants kind of eyes you oddly when you start walking towards it. What are you doing? You don't belong here.
Oh, I have something to leave with the Reverend Dr. Alexander's carriage.
Go out that door. And they sort of gesture back in another direction. Go around the corner and there's a small door that takes you outside. You can't be seen here in those rags.
Thank you. And Lucia will scurry off that way.
The man who is directing you kind of looks disappointed and plucks his tongue, and you can hear him muttering something about children who don't know what they're doing.
That's fine.
And the death of civility among the servants. You are able to get outside. You rolled well enough on your unobtrusive that nobody stops you, and you can see Quiva sitting on top of the carriage, in a like short capelet or cape.
I'll approach and I realize I don't have a thing that, like, I assume she knows it's me.
She does not. In fact, she kind of gives you a weird look when you start walking up.
It's me. It's Lucia. The face. It's complicated.
Oh, no, I know what that is. I don't know why she has an accent like that. Hop on. Are we ready to go? Should I pull around up front?
I think there's an imminent. Why did I take your accent?
Everybody's so rattled.
Imminent.
All right, we'll get in.
Yeah, Lucia will enter on the side that's away from the palace so that it's not super obvious the servant is climbing into a carriage.
Excellent. She'll wait a couple of minutes, make sure that the way is mostly clear, and then start making the moves to have the carriage basically pull around in the big ass circle to double back towards the door. Inside! Our couples have danced, have pretty much are wrapping up the dance itself. Heinrich, what are you doing?
Well, while they're dancing, I am going to make sure Raoul is working his way towards the door.
He is. You can see him. He's making polite but quick goodbyes.
Other than that, I'm just kind of scanning for threats.
You can also tell that he is playing up a little bit how drunk he is. Raoul, as you know, is pretty much always drunk, but he is leaning into it more so that people don't like try too hard to keep him. But he is headed towards the door. Make me you're scanning the room?
Yeah, kind of looking for anybody who is giving, the Empress an odd look, see if anyone is, paying too much attention.
Yeah, you kind of don't have anything for that, so you could roll a base wits roll.
Okay, what's my target number?
Not going to set a target number, just give me a number to compare it to. And I'll tell you what you see. There's a lot going on, so setting a target number would be kind of silly.
19.
It's a 19. Do you want to use drama dice?
Yeah, I'll spend 1 to make it a 20.
You don't want to roll?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Okay.
spending 1 to make sure it's a 20, but I'll take the 25.
That's a 25. Okay. People are obviously watching the Empress. Like, that's not avoidable. The whole point of this is for people to watch. Alexander spent a lot of time building up the mystique, and the dance that they are doing is beautiful. So obviously people are kind of staring. What you catch that most others don't seem to is that the man that was in the full lightning guard officer regalia, who was standing behind the Emperor's throne, has moved over and is whispering with 2 other lightning.
I'm gonna keep an eye on them and work my way out towards Alexander and the Empress.
They are wrapping up their dance, so that's
Okay.
easy enough.
He will lean in and say, "Now, we need to leave now."
Yes, Herr von Graf, I'm afraid my lady is somewhat peaked. So if we could impose upon you for your carriage, I would be most grateful.
Of course, of course. Let us return to my home. It has been an interesting evening, but it is time to call it a night.
Indeed. Shall we?
This sounds like an excellent idea.
Yes, I believe it has been enough excitement for an evening.
All right.
We hurry.
The 5 of you begin to make your way towards the door. As this happens, a couple of things all happen at once. You guys, Heinrich, Alonso, and Viviana, all manage to make it out of the main doors into the hall. The Empress is kind of in the doorway. And as that happens, a couple of Lightning Guard step kind of half in the way. They are clearly trying to stop her. Which creates a moment where you realize that your 2 fighters and your main social powerhouse are out in the hallway. Something is clearly up. Someone knows something is off. There are Lightning Guard that are filing into the hallway at a run. But they're coming from a distance. Heinrich and Alonso can see them. And Alexander, you are in the ballroom.
So they have not stopped her yet.
They are
but they're
trying
about
to.
to.
They are reaching for her.
Alexander stares at this for a moment, turns back around, looks into the ballroom, points at the Emperor on his throne, and goes, "You!"
That certainly gets the attention of everybody in the ballroom. Things go very quiet. And even gets the attention of the 2 Lightning Guard. I would like either Heinrich or Alonso, if you want to try to help the
Grab the Imperatrix?
them. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
One or both of you could make a finesse and I guess we could make it finesse and like attack roll, or finesse and like footwork.
Attack is certainly better.
You're not really trying to attack her, obviously. This is just to see how quickly you react. You're able to get your hands on her.
I'm a 5 keep 4 in that.
Can I, instead of kind of trying to muscle the Empress through, can I accidentally stumble into one of the guards, knocking him off balance, and use brawn instead?
Yeah, I'll allow you to use brawn and either attack or footwork, and I'll allow Alonso to finesse an attack to try and grab the Empress and pull her through before they realize what's happening.
Okay, so it is attack.
Yes.
Okay.
Or footwork, whichever works best for you.
Certainly attack.
Target number for Heinrich, we're gonna say 20. Normally it would be a 25, but they are distracted by Alexander. And all of the chaos that is suddenly ensuing. And Alonso, we're gonna go 25 to grab the Empress, because you've got to go past 2 people, or at least 1 person, assuming that Heinrich takes out his.
And will raises do anything on this?
Create more chaos.
Okay. I'll take 1 raise to up it to a 25.
Okay.
And you said I'm out of 25?
Yes.
I'll take a raise too.
All right, so we need a 25 from Heinrich and a 30 from Alonso. Let's do it, boys.
Go on.
Oh! 31 with a 10. Heinrich. That's a 22 with a 10.
I do
Come
have
on.
a 10. Oh,
24.
okay.
You have a pile of drama dice.
Yep.
Just spend one for the love of all that is good.
I know. Believe me, I am planning on it. I was just adding up my board. I'm at a 22 right now, so I need a 3 on this. Got it.
And you got exactly a 3. Excellent. All right. So here's what happens. Heinrich goes to kind of bodily slam into one of these guys, and the plan is to only hit one. Heinrich, obviously is a very big man. So this guy is significantly smaller than you. And he doesn't just stumble, he stumbles into his friend, because you just sort of he bounces off of you. In the same moment that Alonso reaches out, grabs the Empress's arm, forearm, and pulls. And it is slow motion for just a moment. You can, the camera pans around it, and you shows as Heinrich collides with the guy. Alonso's arm clasps the Imperatrix's arm.
Like a dance spin, just pulling her in.
And he pulls her through right before the dude that bounced off of Heinrich would have slammed into her, and instead slams into his friend. There is chaos, there is yelling, and in that moment, 2 other Lightning Guard run over in order to try to help with things, and they are in the process of slamming the doors shut. So you get her out, and the doors slam shut, with you and the 2 downed Lightning Guard and a few others in the hallway, and Alexander is locked inside.
I am not the expert here, so Alonso, hand on his sword, looks at Heinrich. Are we doing this?
Yes, we're doing this.
Let's go. Blades out.
Heinrich.
Yes?
I get that you said that. I'm going to have you make a roll.
Okay.
Because I want to know how much of the scope of the situation Heinrich understands before you charge headlong into this. You have... Don't you have the commander skill or whatever?
Yes, I do. Not a lot of points into it.
Make me a wits and tactics roll. I'm going to give you 2 unkept dice because of your history. You have been on a battlefield a number of times. You weren't usually the one who was giving all the orders, but you know what big group melee combat is like.
And what's my target number?
Like 15. It's not. This isn't a hard roll.
Well, I only have 2 kept dice in this, so we'll see. Yeah, why not? Okay, 21.
Okay. You look up, and the hallway is filling with lightning guard. The musketeers are good. The lightning guard are the best in the country, and there are only 2 of you. You also have an innocent with you.
Wait, where's Viviana?
Well, okay, you have 2 innocents with you, or 2 people who are less adept at big fights.
Can you describe the layout again? We're in a hallway leading to the exit of the building.
Yeah, you could see the exit at the end of the hallway. You're kind of at like an intersection, right? It's like there's 2 intersecting hallways. You have lightning guard that are coming from like 2 separate directions and converging on you. And there is a door where there's only like a couple of lightning guard between you and the door, the exit. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are kind of in the intersection.
And we take the third path. Right? If we're in an intersection and we're getting attacked from 2 directions with the third one,
you're getting
the door behind us.
You have people converging on either side of you, and then the door, the exit is in front of you, and there's only a couple of people between you and the door.
Okay, then yes. Run.
Okay.
Run.
Certainly, I shove the Imperatrix into Viviana's
can certainly
hands.
fight the guys on the way out.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this is not a stand and fight moment.
For sure.
Well, you could make it a stand and fight moment if you wanted to.
Sure, if you all want to die.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
you could...
The numbers don't bear out on your end very well.
Well, no, I mean, you could play my hubris and turn it into a stand and fight moment.
I could, but you don't need any more drama dice because you've been hoarding them all season.
That said, if you can use them to get Alexander out of there.
That's not an option. You guys are very much on your own.
Shit.
Okay, then we go to the exit.
Go.
All right.
Yeah. I push the Imperatrix into Viviana's arms, draw my sword, and charge the guys at the exit.
Okay. Viviana, you have been left with the innocent who does not know how to fight. And is also in very heavy gowns and a veil. Is not well suited for fleeing. Heinrich, I'm assuming you are also drawing your sword.
Yes. If the guards are armed and look like they're trying to impede my path, yes.
They are. Very obviously. I know you guys are bristling for big combat. We don't have that kind of time. So I'm going to have you guys make a handful of attack rolls. You can throw whatever like fancy stuff on it that your swordsman schools do. I'm sorry. I was planning for this to be a bigger combat. But we're already an hour over and combat takes a long time in this game. So you guys are there's 3 people or 3 armed guards running towards you. And a number coming from either side. You're looking at probably 5 or 6 on either side.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you both roll your initiative pools just so that I can see how well you do.
Okay, and that's panache, if I recall correctly, correct?
It is.
Not ideal. I'll re-roll the 7 and get an 8. So 3 and 5.
Okay.
And
655.
Yeah. That's fine. Okay. Alonso, how many people are you trying to fight at once?
we've been training together for a while. I think we can coordinate.
Yeah, I'll take 2. You can have the rest. Technically, with 3 actions, I only get 2 attacks because of the way my school works. So.
Okay.
Right. So my first attack. My first attack is a 30.
41.
That's a yeah.
For the first
that's a lot.
attack.
Okay.
Not as good on the second one. 21. But you know,
Same. 27.
Let's throw a drama die in there.
Heinrich's like, this is what I saved all of my drama dice for.
And we'll do one more just to get it to a 30.
Jesus. Theus, preserve us.
39 for the second one.
All right.
And my second attack was a 27. My third attack, I'll spend the drama
Okay.
dice. Let's have it be 50.
All right. Here's what I will say. You both have rolled so incredibly well. So here's what's going to happen. Alonso takes on one of the 3 that's coming after you, while Heinrich takes the other 2. In the process of that happening, there is a moment where Alonso, you hear a yelp from behind you, and you turn and realize that even with Viviana kind of covering her and trying to keep her out of harm's way, someone manages to grab the Empress's hand for just a moment and yanks on her. And without thought, you move in this like dance-like flash, and turn and run the dude like straight through. And the shock of it forces him to let her go, which allows Viviana to continue to sweep her down the hall. Within seconds, there are 4 bodies in the hallway. 2 of them look like they have basically been vivisected, and the other 2 are poked with many holes that bleed a lot. And the 2 of you are able to follow Viviana and the Empress out and into a carriage that literally pulls up as they are bolting out the door. Quiva has just enough time to throw herself, not even throw herself. Quiva looks like she's about to climb down, and then she sees how fast everybody's moving, and she stays in her seat and just trusts that you guys can get the door open and get her in on your own.
Lucia will throw open the door.
I am not going to make anybody roll. Heinrich is a very big man. The Empress is a very small woman. Heinrich can just lift her up and throw her in. All right. You guys get in. The door slams shut. There's only a moment of hesitation before there is shouting at the door. You can hear it coming from the building. And then the carriage starts to move. As quickly as Quiva can get the horses rolling, they are. Back in the ballroom.
Hi.
Hi. When we left off with you, you yelled at the Emperor.
I did. So there's violence outside the door. I need everyone to just stand and stare for as long as I can possibly make them stand and stare.
Okay.
And so he lowers his hand and speaks in his he's got a preacher and a professorial voice that carries well, and he breaks it out. I am a lover of words. I have studied them for as long as I have been able to grasp them. I have also adored numbers, adored mathematics for all of my life. It is therefore astounding to me and a
little embarrassing to be without proper words in this moment. There are, I find, insufficient words to describe the miserable and petty excrement that is this toddler's fantasy of a dictator you have built for yourself to mask the rotted carcass of your overweening insecurity and bloody cowardice. It is shameful that I have not the math to encompass the enormity of your failures as a ruler, as a statesman, as a leader, and as a man. There are monsters called the cruel and the monstrous, and quislings called the unready and the fool, and they all stand head and shoulders above the wreck and ruin you have brought into your nation. You have piled the treasures of the wealthiest nation in the world in a mountain like a stack of toys, only to sit upon it like an infant and keep it from your people who are starving to death, while you stuff your corpulent form like a gilded pig at the trough. Then I'm going to just keep going like that until someone stops me.
Okay. What the rest of the players do not see, but the audience does, is that after several stunned long minutes of you going on this tirade, the gilded hilt of a familiar sword that you have all seen before, or that all of the player characters have seen before, hanging at the hip of the captain of the musketeers, crashes into the back of Alexander's skull, and he drops to the floor, unconscious. The Emperor stands. Take him to Le Donjon, where he will be questioned at length later. And his limp form is lifted and dragged out of the ball. No one else will leave. Back in the carriage, you all climb in. Raoul is already there. He has been there with Lucia for a few moments. He arrived literally seconds after she climbed in. He climbed in from the other side, right before Quivo was about to pull away to bring the carriage around. He looks around, realizes that you all are missing someone. Well, this will make this easier, I suppose. I'm sorry about your friend.
Alonso is ashen-faced as he quickly cleans his blade, and then looks at Heinrich and says, "The guns are in the trunk."
Yes.
Pops it open, pulls them out.
Need those. Don't
I hope
pull
you are
them out.
right.
You will be tempted to use them.
Where's Alexander?
I am tempted.
We do not
Makes
have
sense.
time to talk. All of you shut up. He pulls from his pocket several lengths of thickly cut strips of black silk. His drunken stupor, his rakish smile is gone. He is grim and determined and focused. You have never seen this man like this. And he hands out the strips to everyone. Tie these over your eyes.
Fiona does as she is told immediately.
And with great regret, Heinrich does the same.
Alonso is grim and pale-faced, but closes the trunk again and binds his eyes.
Lord von Groth, can you carry your chest on your shoulder so that you have
Yes.
a free hand?
Yes, I can.
Good. Everybody will take the hand of two other people, except for Herr von Groth, who will be at the end of the line. And he reaches over and he grabs Lucia's hand.
Yeah, Lucia will tie the blindfold and take his hand.
Whatever you do, whatever you hear, do not lift the blindfolds. Do not open your eyes. If you do, you will not come out on the other side. Keep walking forward. Do not let go of the person you are holding on to. Does everyone understand?
See.
Yes.
I do.
He bangs his fist on the top of the carriage. The carriage slows and stops. Give us 30 seconds and then stop moving again. Quiva bangs on the top of the carriage to say that she understands. You all hear a ripping sound, and screaming fills the inside of the carriage. And then, Lucia, you feel a pull on your hand as he begins to pull you. Each of you in turn, as you pass through the Porte portal, feels viscous, warm, almost hot sensations pass over your skin. It touches every part of you that passes through the portal. It is disturbing and unsettling. It feels like you have been dragged through blood. But the blood is clinging to you, like it doesn't want to let you go. On the other side, you hear a number of things. Some of you all hear a mixture of voices. Some of you hear intimidating, terrifying voices that threaten you. Some of the voices are sweet and seductive and cajoling. Some of them are the voices of people you know and love most in the world, and they are yelling at you. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. If you don't open your eyes, you'll fall. You'll be lost here forever. You have to open your eyes. I don't want to see you die. Lucia, you hear the voice that in your head you have always assigned to Henri, though you have never heard him speak. He is begging you. Begging you. Please don't make me watch you die. Please, before we've even seen each other, don't make me see this. Viviana, you hear your lover's voice. She is screaming and telling you that she is trapped here, and if you don't come and get her, she's going to die. She just knows she's going to die. Heinrich, you hear the voice of your wife, your late wife, begging you, you have to open your eyes because your girls were lost here when he came through yesterday. You have to open your eyes. You have to save them. That she can't do it. You have to save them, or they're going to die. Alonso, you hear two voices above everybody, above all. The first one is a voice that you only heard once, in desperation, on a dark street in an unfamiliar town. The woman you failed to save is begging you. This is where I ended up. Please save me. You have to save me. You promised. You failed before, but you promised. And the other is Alexander. If you open your eyes, you can come back. You can save.
Alonso hears the woman's voice and thinks about that moment, about that night, about everything he's tried to do with his life since and much of before. He hears Alexander's voice, and maybe it'll work. He doesn't know how Porte works. Maybe if you run in the right direction, you can make a new portal. Drop into the palace, grab him, run back out. but that would be the happy ending. Alonso's learned a lot in Montaigne, but he's not ready to believe that sorcery leads to happy endings. So he stays.
It takes several long, agonizing moments. And then you feel that viscous feeling peeling away from you. And the screaming and the voices get quieter. And then you hear this strange, kind of wet, squishing sound. And you realize that the screaming has stopped. You can open your eyes now. Comes Raoul's voice. He also lets go of Lucia's hand. When you guys look over, Raoul looks like his normal self. Not jovial or anything, but he looks very well put together. None of you look like you were covered in blood. The biggest difference, and the thing that you kind of all sort of overlooked for the longest time, maybe because frequently he was wearing gloves. Raoul's hands, ungloved, look like they are permanently stained red from like the knuckles down to the tips of his fingers. I would also like all of you to make me another roll. You need to roll a single die.
Do 10s explode?
Yes. Yes, I'm gonna say they do explode. For the next 14, 9, and 1 rounds, you all are suffering from what's called portal sickness. You are nauseous and dizzy, and throwing up. Some of you are throwing up. I'm going to say the 2 1s don't throw up, but you are definitely nauseous and dizzy for several seconds. Like, you feel like the world is tumbling around you.
Oh. So that was...
Told you it was unpleasant.
I'm just going to say it. We may disagree about certain things regarding the church, but that really felt like evil.
Yeah, perhaps you have a point about this sorcery thing.
No offense, bro. Thank you for your help. Yes.
Raoul kind of rubs Lucia's back with one hand, seeing that she is handling it the worst.
Lucia is just puking into it. Well, no, not even into, just puking.
Viviana sort of stumbles to her knees, just like fully, and just like takes the blindfold off, finally rubs her face, just tries to take several deep breaths.
Welcome to Hutcheson, and my family's home here. We can rest for the night, but we should be moving in the morning.
We have to go back.
We can't. They saw your faces.
Well enough.
They saw yours, and yours, and yours, and he points at Alonso, Heinrich, and Viviana.
I hope they remember it well.
There was nothing we could have done.
You are wanted in Montaigne now. And that is where we are going to call it for the season. Thank you for listening to Opus de Requiem, a 7th C First Edition actual play by Hollowed Haven Studios. Storytelling for this actual play is provided by Bloodied Porcelain. Alexander Hutcheson is played by Bookkeeper. Lucia De Felici is played by Clara Allison. Heinrich von Groth is played by Typhoon. Alonso Hernandez is played by Overthinker. Viviana Lucani is played by Glamour. Our intro music is by Sémø. Our art is by Daryl Arazak.
who can be found at artstation.com/Daryl Arazak. Our editing is by Virens.